Now you want me to stay. I've been there for you. Oh, you want me to chase like they usually do. Better call me my name. I'm not Bobo the fool. Oh, your game is your game, but I'm 2 steps up the rule. Checkmate. One time, I'ma tell you one time. I don't like to repeat, I don't like to rewind. Think we need a sunset, I don't wanna revive. Ain't a need to be where you be, see my decline. Conversation gets deep, I hate the incline. Come down to your sense, maybe leave high. From the curve of your hips, I think you'll be fine. No, go deal with it before I reply. Now you want me to stay. I've been there for you. Oh, you want me to chase like they usually do. Better call me my name. I'm not Bobo the fool. Oh, your game is your game, but I'm 2 steps up the rule. Checkmate. Slick shit, you must think you big shit, acting like you can do whatever you want. Go around getting into business, front like for real, we can tell what you want. Hit dogs, holler, and you
all right, boom.
Colors.
Hello, everybody.
Hi. Say I'm wrong.
What's up? Sorry, we're late. It's my fault. It is 100% my fault. I started yapping after, I had to, hygiene and all that other stuff. But today, we have a special guest. I am known as a yapper. This man is the KK Genkai holder of the yap. So as a brother, as a fellow yapper, I just thought it would only be right to have Saros TV on this channel. If you're not familiar with him, he's Saros Television. There's Saros TV on YouTube. So Saros, very happy to have you on this episode. Episode 21. What's going on, man?
Oh, pleasure. That's right. I just got legally allowed to drink 21. That's so good. Everybody do a shot for me because it's 21st episode. Yeah. Proud of us all. We're happy to be here.
Responsibly. It's a Monday. Remember that. Drink water.
It's a Monday, but somewhere it's Saturday, I think. Isn't that what they say?
Somewhere, yeah. It's 7 p.m. somewhere.
It's 7 p.m. somewhere. It's 7 p.m. somewhere in the UK. You go crazy. If you're in the UK, don't drink. You're not allowed. That's where I'm at right now in life.
There you go. So it has been a very interesting week. But before we get to a lot of these toxic events, man, what is it that, because I came across you from your agenda piece video. So I'm assuming you're caught up with One Piece. Are you caught up with One Piece, or is that more of a...
completely caught up with One Piece. It is my side Tushiri obsession.
Side Tushiri obsession. Okay. So then give me your thoughts currently. How are you feeling about One Piece? Yeah. What's going on?
So power scaling is non-existent. I'm so happy. The level of toxic nonsense about to happen in the power scaling spirit. The instant I see a weapon in somebody's hand, that's a Mihawk upscale. It's over with. We're slandering everybody on Earth. Because Loki is the first person to take out a God's Knight. That is a Shanks upscale. And every Shanks upscale is a Luffy upscale because that's his right arm. So by proxy, Luffy's stocks are on the moon right now. And since Zoro's stronger than Luffy, it's over. I'm slandering everybody. Everything's bad. I'm happy.
You're on the Zoro is stronger than Luffy train. Is this the agenda that I'm hearing?
Yeah, I think it's funny because it makes no sense, so I'm with it. It doesn't make a lick of sense. I'm here.
See, but that's the spirit of agenda. You do things because it doesn't make sense. That makes sense to me, right? So that's how it's supposed to be. Mm-hmm. So everything's a Mihawk upscale to you.
Oh, dude, if I see Chopper hold a stick and he accidentally smacks Sommers, Mihawk's killing him. It's over. It's over. You damaged the God Knight? It's over.
So that's what I was telling people earlier because I got sick of the Mihawk stance. I was like, you know what? It's time. Anyone holding any semblance of a weapon or a blade. So when Luffy held a blade in Wano for that 1 second, he's a swordsman.
It's over.
Instantly. Sanji was a swordsman when he held a knife. So I was like, all right, so everybody in One Piece is a swordsman, has picked up a sword at some point in time. Robin, in one of her arms, picked up one sword. Therefore, she was classified as a swordsman. That's it.
I'm on the agenda that Oda can't write. That's my favorite one because I agree with it completely. I think Oda is like Akira Toriyama and he can't write. I'm 100% with this. I think he writes himself into corners all the time too much. He's got to stop it.
Fantastic. Unpack this.
A Black Maria.
What is this? Oh my God.
Why does Black Maria not have Haki? Come on. Why does Sasaki, who fought Frankie, not have Haki? Give it to me. What happened there? He was like he was a Tobiropo. He didn't use no against
Yeah.
Frankie. He didn't use Haki. He said, "I'm gonna go after Queen." Sasaki said, "I'm gonna go after Queen." You're gonna Queen with no Haki? Really? You're a psychopath. You're dumb. You are dumb and an idiot. What's
I'm
up?
sitting there thinking about it. I'm just like, they never did use Haki, and Robin used Haki in Black Mirror.
Yeah.
Did she not?
Yeah, Black Maria like used barely Haki. I guess she used Haki when she was punching up Sanji. And like the main Straw Hat crew has got to learn Haki at this point. Usopp has to learn. Everybody has to learn Ornament at a base level. There has to be either another time skip or Luffy has to start giving Nika powers like he did Bonnie. Essentially, he got to start like we gotta.
Oh no!
Everybody has to get
not
Nika
the Naruto
power.
Jesus gimmick.
He has to. It's the only way that makes sense because this is stupid at this point. It's Dumba with a B. I'm pronouncing every letter. It's Dumba. It's dumb.
So in my heart, you're not wrong. I agree. At the bare minimum, in the New World, all the Straw Hats should have a baseline level of Haki. Even Chopper should have Armament Haki to some degree. There's got to be something. For the most part, wait, Frankie, I think Frankie was confirmed to use it, right?
Does
Egghead
Frankie use
Island?
Does he?
So remember when Sanji and Frankie had to punch the balloon Luffy, and so did Bonnie and Egghead to knock away St. Marcus and send him around? Luffy was like, "Stop, guys! You're using too much Haki."
Well,
He mentioned that.
yeah, and Oda would say this is a matter of reading comprehension. I agree because I would agree that Frankie may have been using Haki at that point, but I also would like to say Frankie's a fraud because I didn't see him use. He's a fraud. I didn't see him use Haki in any capacity against Sasaki. I didn't see him use that. I didn't see it. I mean, maybe I'm dumb.
No, he didn't. So okay, so this gets through a comment that I've always had with the One Piece community, right? A lot of the times we like to assume we're seeing something, but I'm like, can Oda just show us so we don't have to debate anymore? Like, can he just do that? And he never really does. For the longest time, no one knew Zoro had Conqueror's Haki. This guy still didn't know he had Conqueror's Haki until in Elbaf when what's his name? Scopper's like, "Hey, buddy, you've been using advanced Conqueror's Haki the whole time," and he's like, "Wait, I have? Why?" Because trained by Mihawk. He was never taught about Conqueror's Haki by Mihawk once.
Well, that's called the Haki Wi-Fi. He's borrowing Odin's spirit. That's what it is. And I'm not gonna get into the scale of swords because Odin was 30 feet tall and the sword should be way bigger. I'm not gonna get into that because that's too much. I'm not gonna get on Oda and scaling weapons. But I am gonna get on him for one thing and one thing in particular that always bothered me about Oda's writing. He will set something up, and then he has too much faith in his worthless audience, which is me. Because I know for a fact that I am stupid, but however dumb I am, the average One Piece fan is twice as dumb. So if I'm an idiot, and the average One Piece fan is telling me, yeah, Sanji's stronger than Zoro, I know for a fact that Oda is doing something wrong. Like, there's got to be some shots misfired.
Hey, man. Hey, I didn't say that. All I'm saying is, look, I'm sure. Did you see the meme of it's like the average IQ from people at the University of Chicago and their favorite anime, and the lowest IQ was a One Piece fan at the bottom, and the top one was like Steins Gate. I don't know if you've seen that.
Yes, I know what you're talking.
Yeah, I just saw that, and I'm just like, was it Saros that made? Was it him that made that graphic? Because I heard it was fake, but I was like, bruh.
I know it's real. It's real to me. It's real to me. Oh, completely side to Sherry. I don't know if you know this.
Yes.
I'm a big orchestrator of a lot of online controversies.
Wonderful.
I don't know if you remember the Huac Tua girl, and when she was called a school teacher, when they said she was a preschool teacher, and then she had to come out and say she wasn't.
Yeah.
I started that rumor.
Wow. Okay.
I sold it to a online news outlet and they ran with it. I got $700 for it.
One might say a clean lick, but at the same time, I mean, what was the repercussions? What happened to you?
Oh, nothing. Oh my God. Nobody even knew I started it. I just got $700 and everybody believed the story she was a preschool teacher. It just caused online discourse, which caused me to make a video on the online discourse, which got me $400 from the video. So I got a clean sweep of $1,100. It's the grift online sphere of drama. It was crazy. I was like, wow, this worked out perfectly. It was so good.
That's toxic.
Yeah.
It's toxic. And you got $700 out of being like a high level rat. Like that's just rattery at its finest. You're just like, hey, she's a preschool teacher. LOL. $700? Say less. And then you just vanish into the night. You scurry your way, leaving no tracks. Yeah, that's wow.
It was
That's
diabolical.
crazy.
I think of that a lot. And
Now,
go ahead.
no, go ahead.
Oh, this reminds me of, I don't know if you know this. Before I was
Mm,
Sero's TV, I was a little ditty called Dog Poison.
mm.
And I had started the Buggy is going to be a Yonko thing years
Oh my
before.
God.
Nobody
Started with
believed
you.
me. And now, I
And
wish
now,
my channel wasn't destroyed. I wish it wasn't nuked. I would, I was outside of a
evolution, man.
Walmart yapping.
Yep. And you
Ooh,
got cooked.
oh man, it's
So there's so many people that I know that have been on this will be a Yonko buggy agenda. I'm thinking of Murphy. I'm thinking of Hime. I'm thinking of Caster. I'm thinking there's other people on Twitter that I know. Buggy the goat. And when they said that, I literally just want to spit on the ground right in front of them and say, this is nonsense. This is nonsense. But who was I to doubt Oda writing something so ridiculous that Buggy would fail his way into Yonkohood?
which is interesting
I,
because you seem to be somebody that at least reads the story and comprehends it. You should have known as soon as Morgan said he invented the title of Pirate King. You should have known at
yeah,
that exact
I
moment
should.
the Morgan's is, by every stretch of the word, the DOJ right now. He is just making up garbage for the love of the game. For the love of the game.
DOJ. So you're not wrong. So I always say people this. I understand the story very well. And there's some times where I'm like, all right, look, I can see Oda doing this. I don't want him to, but I can see him do it. That was always one of those. It's, for example, Usopp getting Conqueror's Haki. I can see Oda doing it. I'm gonna say no anyway, and I'll just be wrong. I'd rather do that. That's normally what I do. So, hey man, look, I don't know what to tell you, right? I don't know what to tell you, but there's some things I just can't accept. Like, why would Sanji, if Sanji gets Conqueror's Haki, then I ask myself why? What does
Because,
Conqueror's Haki really mean to anybody?
well, think about this, right? If
Yeah.
Scopper Gaban has Conquerors, it would follow suit. This is Naruto logic at its best, right? Because
Mm.
Sasuke is, by every stretch of the word, they're both Jesus. Because Naruto is Ninja Jesus, right? We can say
Yes.
that. That makes sense. So Sasuke, I wouldn't even call him Ninja Satan because that doesn't track. Because he's not Ninja. That's Orochimaru. That's Ninja Diddy. That's Ninja Satan. So
That is Ninja Satan.
yeah.
Yes. Very
So
much Ninja Satan.
so Sasuke would be somebody tempted by the fruit of temptation. So he would be Ninja Eve. So Sasuke's the bottom and Naruto's the top. That just tracks to me. Just tracks. It makes sense to me.
Ninja Eve.
That's what
Unreal, man.
that's what it is. So
What's the forbidden fruit?
the
What's
forbidden
the
fruit
forbidden
is
fruit?
him getting bit on the neck by Diddy. That's the forbidden fruit. Him thinking he can get power. He got Diddy, bro. He was like, oh, I'll leave the village and I'll get bit on the neck by Ninja Diddy. That's what happened. That's the lore.
So then Sasuke leaves the village. Not
Yeah.
Sasuke. Naruto leaves the village with Eve, but then wouldn't that mean that Naruto was also bit by Ninja Diddy?
Yeah.
Because then he would have to have the fruit,
Well,
unless Kurama is Diddy too. Where are we working with there?
well, we're thinking about it like this, right? This is where we're working at. See, in common Christian mythos, we know that the man leads the woman. That's how it works, right? It's in common Christian mythos, it's the man leads. Naruto is the main character, so by every stretch of the word, and obviously
Yeah.
men chase women. What was Naruto doing the entire time? Chasing Sasuke, the woman. That's what he was doing. And
Yeah.
Sasuke was like, "No, I don't want you. I don't care about you." Because obviously Naruto was trying to be like, "Hey, listen, man." He was trying to nice guy Sasuke down into them draws. That's what was happening. But and guess what happened? It worked. After all that time, they gave each other's arms. That was their marriage proposal. That was the vow. That's what happened. That's why, out of an act of strange solidarity, Naruto used a shadow clone and got Hinata pregnant and stayed in the offense so Sasuke could Sasuke could stay and
This
travel out. That's the lore.
this is world-class levels of spin. And it adds, and it's not even just like it's uncommon. I'm sure, and 90% of this fan base would be like, "Yeah, I buy that because I buy it." because it's really just. I mean, Naruto and Sasuke is the weirdest friendship relationship I've ever seen.
It's
And
so
if my
homoerotic.
if my homie says I won't be here no more, and I'm like, please don't leave, bro. We scrap, and he leaves, and he goes to L.A. I'm not leaving the DMV on a road trip, hunting down my homie to say, come back to the DMV. Like that's not what I'm unless that's my lover, I'm not doing all that.
No, that's psychotic. That's
It, it's
asinine.
it's psychotic. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know.
It doesn't track. It's not on the track. It's not on the track. But that's how. And to talk of homoerotic nature for one moment, it's
Okay, all
it's
right.
so prevalent in how Oda constantly says, "I am so bad at writing love stories." And I believe him, because when an author tells you he sucks at something, you gotta look at Shaki. Like, you gotta look. 'Cause that bro went out of his way to tell everybody. Now, you may not know this. Whitebeard was the strongest man on earth. But the grip Shaki had was so palpable, everybody could feel it. That's how you know that Oda can't write love stories. Because are you telling me
Yeah.
there was no other women at all?
Yeah, that was crazy. I'm not
Insane
gonna lie.
work.
I think we we need to talk about Oda's this is actually a great segue. Oda and writing women. Let's talk about that for a second.
Boom.
Because I think the One Piece fans have been hiding it for a very long time. But can we just admit Oda is terrible at writing women? Like, he's really not good at it.
There's
All.
there's
Like,
one
and this is not even an Oda slander, but every mangaka has a weakness. Woman is definitely one of Oda's weakness. For
there's
sure.
one good woman character in all of One Piece to me, and it's gonna sound crazy to say.
Who?
Big Mom. Now, this is gonna sound nuts.
I was gonna say Boa,
Boa.
but okay. Go ahead.
I think Big Mom is the only character. Wanna know why Big Mom's a good woman character? And it's gonna sound really misogynistic. It's because she acts like a man. She does everything unconsensually. She takes what she wants. Boa fell in love and got love sickness. Big Mom has never been in love. Big Mom is like, you can get me pregnant and I'm gonna have a strong baby and I'm gonna kill you. That's her entire character. And she is a baller for that. She has the strongest uterus in the game. Like, just objectively.
Objectively, yes, you're 100% correct. Give me a second. I am being cursed by Bodega today.
Oh,
This is
no.
bad. What is going on here? Give me 1 second. My stream has decided to give up on me.
Oh, they
Hold
hate
on.
you. They hate you. They slandering
No,
you in the
we're gonna
chat
run-
right now.
Yeah, they are. Well, we're running the hotspot gimmick right now. Give me
The
a second. Here
hotspot
we
gimmick
go.
is crazy.
Bro. For whatever reason, my phone hotspot can hold a stream. So let's just do this now while we're here.
What I gotta
Don't ask
what I
me
gotta
why.
respect is I'm connected directly to my Wi-Fi, but this is Detroit, so I
Yeah.
know some little kids are gonna steal it.
Yeah, don't do it. I would steal it.
You're still you probably
Okay.
need it.
Oh, we're back already.
But
I'm not even on my hotspot.
they love you.
Do you see what I deal with? Like, so they love me and they hate me, and this is not fair, right? So let's go through this timeline. Let's go through this timeline. No, it happened again. Wonderful. You see, it's the proof. So luckily we're recording, so I've still got this anyway. Hold on.
They hitting you with the DOJ special right now. You're getting the Epstein file, bro. This is crazy.
Yeah, that's because I was saying St. Somers was Jeffrey Summers. I was making jokes and I got cooked. So yeah, not the best day for JD Legend. Hey, what is going on here, Lord? It's not even picking up. Hold on.
They're calling him JD Commoner. It's horrible. They hate to see it.
I know, right? Imagine.
Evil.
Personal hotspot only be available for Bluetooth and USB. Let's do that. Okay. You gonna check for me, guys? That's so odd.
It's kind of crazy. Are you connected directly to your Wi-Fi or no?
I'm connected directly to it. Like it's wired. That's the part that's shocking me. Like, it's a wired connection. Like, we're back right now, and it's a wired connection. So, Saros, in case you're if you're not familiar, I had awful connections way back in the day. So bodega, right? We call bad connection bodega. It's like Walmart connection, right? So bodega is the term. For the longest time, it was just a feature. I just lived with it. Now, got a new computer, no freezing, Wi-Fi that should be top shelf. And for whatever reason, this is happening to me. Can you explain why you have cursed me, Saros? Is this
Yeah, it's actually me. This is the I'm trying to give you Wi-Fi hockey, and it's interfering with your natural Wi-Fi. That's what's happening.
So you see what I'm saying? It's
evil.
no, and wow, it ended the stream.
Oh, yo, it ended the stream.
That's
Crazy.
wonderful.
They hate you in strides. They really hate you.
It's happening again. This is so stupid. All right, hold on. Let's do this again. Schedule stream, reuse settings. Let's do that. And done. And let's end the stream. I'll start it up again. What did we start talking about? Because I'm wondering if this is like a common.
We're at Big Mom having a strong uterus, I believe. That was the last thing that was said, I believe.
Well, I don't think that would stop us, but you know, whatever happens, let's see.
Gotta respect. I love technical difficulties. Don't worry, chat. This is not me, as you can see. It's just God intervening. You guys were talking nonsense. That's true.
Okay, let's confirm something here.
JD Legends domain extension infinite delay.
And then can you imagine this, right? This entire time I'm going through these issues. I've not dropped off Discord once. Have you noticed that?
Oh, that's actually crazy.
Have you noticed that? Do you see what I'm?
Oh, that's crazy. Is it OBS?
You see what I'm going through?
Are you using OBS? What are you using?
I'm using Streamlabs. Is it Streamlabs? Why did you do that? Is it Streamlabs? It's Streamlabs.
Why are you on Streamlabs? Oh, go to OBS. What are you on about?
Oh, it's easy, man. Come on.
One Piece fans.
One Piece. Hey, man, look, I'm branching out. All right? You know I'm branching out.
Yeah, I actually that actually when we get back on, I actually want to bring up something that's been concerning me nowadays. It's actually scaring me about the One Piece community.
Oh, please do, because I have been at odds with them for a while, and I've come to a astounding revelation about how I want to move forward. So
it's getting scary. It's getting. I was at one Grand Line Review responded to one of my comments about it, and I think about it a lot. Because he said, when I asked him the question, I said, so what will you do after One Piece? And he said, only time will tell. And I think of Totally Not Mark right now. One of his employees is my friend's, and that brother has not been getting paid. And I've just been watching.
Okay, that's wild.
The decline.
That is wild. That's actually insanity.
Because he's not making money off the videos, man. He's not making money. It's getting bad.
Of what? The One Piece videos?
Well, Totally Not Mark. Not Grand Line Review. Totally Not Mark. Totally Not Mark makes the Dragon Ball content, and
yeah, so I know him. You're saying he's not making money off the videos?
He's getting too low of views, dude. He did that big project with the Vinland Saga thing, and it didn't hit like he thought it was gonna.
Yeah, but Vinland Saga's like a little old, you know. Vinland Saga's niche.
It is niche, and it's because he thought he could, reel them in by saying he was, family with the people and the thing. He was like, my grandfather is actually Artorias. I'm like, no one gives a fuck about this.
Yeah, no.
Care about your personal life, man. Talk about anime. That's really where people are at.
Yeah. I mean, look, man. So that's good, because when you think about the anime space, for example, I was thinking about it because obviously, I think we're back to the anime space of me like doing video essays and all that. I love that. I enjoy video essays. I love watching a video essays, and I want to do it in my own way. And it's been great. But I was thinking about video essayists in general, and I was like, there's kind of a finite things you can make a video essay on in the anime space to a certain degree that hasn't been done ad nauseum. So then I started to ask myself, I said, man, what is the future of anime YouTube? Because even at a point, and I'm going to say this as well, One Piece YouTube is heavily, heavily oversaturated. Like every theory has been done, everyone's doing reviews, everyone's talking about Elbaf, right? And we're not even in the hype moments of Elbaf, so it's not really many people on there just running around for what's it called? Running around for like for One Piece content just in general. Like they're not really dying for it like they used to. So I feel like every One Piece channel is kind of seeing these views steadily decline. And then I ask myself, what is the future going to look like for anime YouTube? Because I feel like it's shifting.
It's gonna look pretty good. Let me explain why. And this is gonna be
Mm.
horrifying to hear. So
Okay. All right.
there's this content creator. He's got about 237,000 subscribers. He does not use clips from anime at all. He uses AI clips of the anime he wants to talk about. Now, this is gonna sound crazy. I think AI is the
Okay.
worst thing to ever exist. I think it's horrifying, it's evil, and it deserves to be rotted in the. Thank you for gifting 10 subs. I appreciate that. Hold on a second. Somebody just gifted 10 and it's making my ears hurt. So, thank you so much, Liza Pink. That hurts so bad. Oh, my delicious, weak little body. So, I think that the anime space is going to do what every weak, disgusting Quibble cop does. It is going to veer heavily into AI generated garbage because the average person actually likes AI. And I know they don't care about animators because look at Mappa right now. Them brothers are not seeing their families for eons. And people are like, I love the Maki fight. This is the best thing I've ever seen. So anime
Yes.
YouTube is going to be in a space of I respect artists, but the fans don't care. It's going to be a big civil war coming up here soon. And when One Piece ends, man, a lot of people's paychecks are going to get cut dramatically. Tekking went from Bleach
Yep.
to One Piece because he's smart. He's a genius. That was good.
That
Man.
was very smart from Tekken. Very smart.
Grand Line Review, bless his soul. He tried to do Pokemon for a little bit, gave up on that immediately. I don't know if you remember Team Pokestop or Team Pokemart. That was interesting. He stopped that. He has Hunter x Hunter to back up on, but those people are going to get paid significantly less without those weekly chapter releases, and that's the issue of
Yeah.
niching yourself down. I recommend if
Yes.
if any big content creators watching this does One Piece YouTuber or some of that variety, I beg of you to branch out. I beg of you. People ask me what I do on YouTube, and I say whatever comes to my mind because people are there for me for the most part. You need to get to that point.
Exactly. 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 And we talked about this earlier, right? Because that's what I'm starting to do now. Where I'm like, for me, I'm not gonna wait for One Piece to end. We might have 3-4 years of One Piece, but I'm not gonna wait. I'm not gonna wait for One Piece to end. So we're at a point where it's like, oh, whoa, did I just okay, I was wondering what he was talking about. My hand is appearing on the other side. Give me 1 second. I was like, yeah, all right, I'll fix that in a second. But the point is that branching out and doing a channel based on you is the best thing you should do. You can't just put out content that's basically repeatable, highly absorbable, same formula, same niche, because YouTube is rewarding that. But at the same time, it's gonna cook you because you're gonna get burnt out. You're gonna get tired. Your creative brain is being slowly eroded by the slop that you're putting out that you don't want to put out because you're not really taking a risk on yourself. And you said my camera's delayed. What on earth is happening
it delayed?
here?
Man, this stream hates you. Oh,
Bro.
brother.
So you see what's happening. Hold on. So this is. Oh, that's what's going on. Okay. Is that? Oh, I can just do this. Hold on. So there's 2. Is there still a delay?
Maybe for your stream, perhaps. I'm not sure where your latency
Oh,
is.
they just need to refresh.
Oh, they just got to refresh. Everybody in JD's stream, please refresh. Please, I beg.
Please just refresh. Please.
refresh.
Oh,
Please
it's
refresh.
been
refresh the page. I beg of you.
it's been actual hell because I was telling Saros when I was having all that bodega. Mind you, did you know I was speaking to Saros the entire time that was happening? The entire time I was on Discord talking through Saros with everything. Did not drop the connection at all.
I sent him my Wi-Fi Haki. That's what I did.
Exactly. So it's not me. It's not me. So when you guys refresh, are we okay? See, we're good. I knew it. You just had to refresh. Blame YouTube. It's not my fault. Anyway, back to the point we was talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. branching out is the number one thing to do. And I think, believe it or not, reaction, which people say is the easiest content to do, I feel like reaction content is just never going to go away.
No, because
I don't think it's ever going to go away. It's the one thing that might outlast AI because people
it's
love the human reaction.
it's the FaceTime. It's the FaceTime of the human
Yes.
world. It's what it is. It's
Yeah.
people. It's people talking to you because where we are right now, probably on the second monitor of so many people right now, because we are a podcast is second monitor content. You know, you're obviously
Yes, it is.
you got your Rule 34 up, you got Twitter up, and you got us. Like we are the trifecta. The trifecta. I'm not judging you, but it's just that's what it is. We're just the trifecta of what it has to be, and people love experiencing the work of humanness without actually interacting with the human nature. Because they say, "Oh, I had the same reaction as that guy. I had the same thing," and that's not gonna work.
Yeah.
But on the aspect of branching out, because I've noticed you branching out. By the way, your Berserk video was fun. It was peak, just insanely peak video. Beautiful video.
Thank you very much.
There comes a point though where let's just use an example I can actively do. The difference between one of my good friends, Internet Pit Stop, and Sylvanus. Sylvanus is a comedy skit channel. He's a black
I know
YouTuber.
Sylvanus. Yes.
He's amazing
Yep,
skits.
yep.
Recently, he made this video, and it's his first video, so I'm not gonna be too harsh. It wasn't good. It was a commentary video about Fraven. It was not good. I think he should have scripted it. It was just not good.
Yes.
It's not good. I don't script my videos, but I recommend you should probably script if you're not good at freelance speaking. It was not good.
Yes. Yes.
Just not that good. And then we have Internet Pit Stop, who does basically what I would accustom to. It's Adult Swim of YouTube. He is the Adult Swim of YouTube, if I could put a phrase to it. He's godlike. Those and Sylvanus wants to do Internet Pit Stop content, but every day because it's easier and it gets some more money. The skit channels, they're gonna start branching out and start going live streams more. Same with RDC. They stopped doing a lot of skits because the live streams bring them so much more money.
Yes, they do, especially on YouTube. Yes, 100%.
Crazy money. I did a live stream about Pam Bondi. I hit 21,000 live viewers. I was like, oh my god, that check. Whew. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, you was eating. I know you was eating. I know it.
I was like,
said muy bien.
Oh, it was just beautiful. But that's gonna be a big thing when One Piece ends. Yeah, brother's gonna be starving.
So I'm glad this topic is enriching my soul because recently I did I was telling you earlier I did an interview with RTV. RTTV. There you go. And being in that space and seeing their content, their channel is going to last. It's going to last for a long time because you're never going to get tired of the reactions, the gaming streams, all the new shows that are coming out. They just got an infinite loop of content. Plus, all 5 of them really dope guys. Like they're amazing. So if you meet them in general, they're just a bunch of brothers who love anime, which is like one of the best things ever. So when I see that, the closer you can get into the general anime sphere to be able to talk about anything where you're talking about your Gigooks and your Mother's Basements and all of those guys that kind of just talk about whatever. Even then, the niche of just being yourself will become such a novelty that you will now become, think about in a world, how would I describe it? You know, every cycle of human history, everyone is trying to do the same thing, and then there's one person that goes against the grain. They're like, this person has no idea what he's doing. Next thing you know, that person's like, this guy's an icon of his era. And I'm just like, well, that's not what you were saying before. But at the time, he dared to be different.
Yeah.
I think what's going to happen is all the niche YouTubers in general, it's dying. The last time you had niche YouTubers is when you had the big 3. You had Naruto, Bleach, right? You had a little bit of Toriko in there, some fairy tale guys. Right, I know, and you had One Piece, just a little bit, just a tad, right? But for the most part, anime YouTube, you covered Naruto, you covered Bleach, you covered One Piece on the side, and that was your meal, right? There's not going to be another singular anime community as big as the One Piece community. Now, JJK is probably one of the ones that reach there, but again, JJK YouTube's still small.
Yeah.
So sooner or later, you're going to have to be able to do multiple animes. You can't just do one. You have to be an anime guy. Period. You can't just be the One Piece fan in this sphere. You can't do it anymore. It's not. It's not. It's not the tech. So I see what you're saying. You got to branch out.
It's gonna suck deep. So it's gonna suck so much garbage though, because and this goes to every Dragon Ball YouTuber. Shout out to Salad Sand.
Dragon Ball's another one.
Yeah,
Yes.
shout out to Salad Sand. Salad Sand might be the greatest of all time because he has done something that is so funny. He has done all right, so Goku's trapped in a hyperbolic time chamber for for 10 million years. But he has expanded that to actually good stories. I think Salad Sand is probably the best story writer when it comes to those what if scenarios. And I can see this. When One Piece ends, there's gonna be what I like to call the stage of denial. Right? People are going to be doing fan fictions or fan theories about what we didn't get at the end of One Piece and potential futures. And then I want to do a whole video about Wapple. We really talk about Wapple. We really got to get into Wapple and how he was eating trash and garbage for years to get Wapple medal. Can we talk about it? And then it's going to get to that point. And then after they talked about it, I think it's going to be 4 years of that, right? 4 years. I can give it 4 years of that. And then they're going to say, well, Oda, he ain't got no eyes no more. He literally the last chapter he writes, that brother's gonna pass away. That's I don't mean to put ill will on Oda, but man, that brother is suffering. He's got gangrene or something and gout and high blood pressure. I'm like, yo, you got diabetes type Asian? That's crazy.
Type Asian is insanity.
They working this man to the bone. We're done.
He's working himself to the bone, man. This man does not know how to take a break. He's like, oh, yeah, we should do the live action. What about the One Piece remake? Yes, they're trying to farm as much One Piece content as possible. We haven't heard nothing about this Studio with remake, by the way. Nothing. It's gone completely. What happened to it?
Well, Oda's busy making the worst live action of all time. And I may have a different opinion than everybody here. Oh, yeah, I think it's
That's a hot take.
trash.
Wow, okay.
Oh, my. People have been convincing me for decades, centuries, millennia even. They've been telling me, give it another chance. You know how many times I watched a One Piece live action? Take a guess. Take a random number.
7.
That's exactly right, actually. I watched it 7 times.
I know it.
That's actually exactly right. I watched it 7 times. And I didn't watch it in a row. I gave it time to breathe. I was like, maybe I'll enjoy what it is. There is no purpose of... I mean this with my whole chest. What is the point of the One Piece live action? Is it to get fans who will never appreciate the medium of animation to enjoy the aspect of what animation is? Or is it for the aspect of getting those weirdos who want to see actors age out of character roles? Because you can't reasonably do a One Piece live action. One, the story's too long. The actors are going to age out. You're constantly having to revamp the actors. Then you're going to hate the new actors. They're never going to be Chadwick Boseman effect. They're never going to be Blade. It's going to keep going, and you're going to keep ruining this for us. And it's going to get, and the One Piece live action is doomed to fail. You're gonna get an Asian Vivi at this point. Oh, what about black people? We're gonna get something bigger. This is the whole series is worthless. Chopper looks horrible. I hate the series. I hate One Piece live action. I don't care. I don't care.
Ladies and gentlemen, today I'm not the enemy. Today, the enemy is Ceros TV, and I am very happy to not be the enemy today. This is grand. Because I'm cool with it. Okay, you didn't like Dominican / half black Arlong. You didn't like him.
No, I love black fishermen because the fishermen are black. Twice as strong as humans, work twice as hard for half as much. That's the fisherman motto. That's how it works. Martin Luther Djembe, Malcolm Tiger. I respect it. I really do. That's how we work. Malcolm Tiger.
Malcolm Tiger is crazy.
Yeah, I respect. I love that. But what I don't like is you are getting a worse story. You are getting a less cohesive narrative. You're getting a Luffy that feels realistic, but by doing that in virtue, you make him annoying. Think of this. Go to an anime convention and talk to... I just came from Motor City FurCon. Horrible place. The highest person there was a 3.5. Everybody was ugly. That's right. I'm attacking every furry. I don't care. And
wow. Okay, fair. All right.
And that's why they wear the suits. Anyways, hey, listen, I'm attacking everybody. What kills me is the fact that if you talk to the people, because they're social, most anime fans that go to conventions are socially inept. But when they get to their hyperfixation, they're able to break out of that introverted space and become extroverts in essence. They're able to tap into what they really want to talk about. And I find that beautiful. And it's amazing to talk to the furries and talking to them. And it's beautiful. I love it so much. But they are still insufferable to talk to because they do anime speak in real life. And if you've ever encountered anime speak in real life, you will know what I mean. And that's how Luffy, that's how Luffy speaks in the One Piece live action. He's like, oh, Zoro, you're cool. And oh, Sanji, you're my friend. And I'm like, bro, shut up. Just like, you don't, like, I hate you, bro.
This hate session is spectacular. Wow.
I just can't. I can't. And I'm going to watch all of season 2 because I'm a One Piece shill and I hate it.
Listen, I'm a One Piece shill as well. And one of my gripes was Garp being Scottish. Like, why was he Scottish? I did for me, it was just like, it's not registering, but it's okay. They changed a few things. It's the live action. I know, right? That's fine. I remember meeting Matt Owens. I remember I'm meeting Emily during the film red premiere and asking all kinds of questions. And I was like, oh, this is great. Like, I'm hearing, they really care about the story. They're following the medium. And for the most part, I think they did a good job, right? And we're comparing this to other live actions. Now, as far as I'm concerned, the premier live action that most people refer to is the Kenshin one and Kingdom. Kenshin and Kingdom, very good live actions, right? I would say those are like the top of the list, right? But then if you're looking at things like Dragon Ball Evolution, Dog Water, right? You're talking about Cowboy Bebop, Trainwreck, what a failure. JoJo's, Death Note, Trainwreck. It's just Trainwreck after Trainwreck after Trainwreck. In comparison, the One Piece live action is good.
Oh, 100%.
Solid.
I will give you that. But hear me out, right? That's called proximity love. You ever fall in love with a coworker because they're available? That's One Piece. That's exactly what happened to you. Everybody else is ugly. So you're like, oh, One Piece look kind of good. And you got an ass on you, One Piece. It's not even that big of an ass. It's just, hey, you got some cake to you. Motherfucker, go to a bar.
I can't take it. I can't take it. I can't take it. He said One Piece is the average girl that makes friends with ugly women to make them look better. That is insanity.
I'm just saying. Because, okay, if you really...
It's not, but you're not wrong in the comparison based on what I said. You're not wrong.
Yeah. Pin it to the dish. Pin it to the dish. Dissect it like a butterfly. Spread it out. Spread eagle it for a second. Right? Just for one moment. Put it like a rotisserie chicken.
Someone in the chat said, "Damn, One Piece looking good today."
Damn. It's just killing me because I love One Piece. I love the medium of animation so deeply. I think that if you are a true fan of art, you shouldn't have live action be the deal breaker. And if you need to watch a live action to be a One Piece fan, then I don't care for you. I'm not even trying to gatekeep in this aspect. I am just saying if it takes something like that, because it's the same way I feel about Avatar: Last Airbender live action, which everybody tried to convince me was good, but where's season 2 at? Exactly, go to hell.
Bro, I have friends that have been begging me. It's so good. I was like, how is this good television? How?
It's so bad. It's piss, and they're trying to convince me. It reminds me of when someone told me you're mean, and I said I'm not mean. Actually, I am. I said I am mean. I'm just not hateful. I'm not hateful, because there's a big difference. I can be mean. It's fun to be mean. Mean banter is great. But hateful is where it gets bad. Because I don't hate the One Piece live action. I think it is a cumulative effort from Oda and the beautiful work of actors. And the Sanji actor, can we talk about this man doing too much? Who do you think you are, Brad Pitt? You're ridiculous. I've been working out for 30 days, and I spent 30 days in the hyperbolic time chain. Haven't eaten for 3 days to be Sanji. Brother, you're Sanji. What is wrong with you? What you're not doing it. Taz
got a farm, man.
He's trying to be the performative male Sanji thinks he is in real life. This is crazy.
He's doing it, method acting. Yeah, he's cooking, man. Hey,
but you're insane. He's like, Yeah, you see these kicks I'm practicing? You may be the best actor in the worst series, and I'm so proud of you for doing this. This is amazing. You're doing nothing for no one. I hope this gives you
Hey,
somewhere further.
McKenyu he's famous for what he did in the Kenshin live action. McKenyu's pretty solid. That's a sort of I like McKenyu. How did you? Okay, I thought Buggy and Arlong to me were my favorite performances.
Oh yeah,
They
Buggy
were
went crazy.
amazing.
Buggy went crazy. Buggy best. Arlong is insane. I didn't like the dick nose, but it was still crazy. I guess they had to do that.
It was wild, but hey man, but that's just canon.
You
Escape
can't
that.
take that away realistically. And really think about it, it's when you really think about it, what are they saying about fisherman noses and black people? When you really think about
That's true.
what are they saying?
Hey man, look, they just thinned it out and made it longer instead of making the nostrils wider. Hey man,
That's crazy.
what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, man?
On
Wow. Okay. So, ladies and go
little,
ahead, yes, finish the talk. Finish
Uh,
the talk.
but on the aspect of that, and if anybody has any reservations about starting a live action series, whether it be Fullmetal Alchemist or something of that variety, if you're curious
Already
about
know
this,
me, by the way.
the summary of my thoughts is, I will give everything a shot and a chance, but I need to understand the purpose for the existence of an art. The big issue I have with AI art is what's the purpose of it? Corporate propaganda, nonsense. That's the issue I have with it. The purpose of the One Piece live action, many people will point this out, is to get more fans in a One Piece. But at that point, you didn't respect the medium of animation in the first place enough to give One Piece a chance. There are many ways to absorb One Piece. There's the episode of East Blue Saga. There's the episode of Skypiea. There is One Piece. There are many ways to absorb the medium. Why do you need real humans to absorb something that obviously was meant to be an exaggeration on the human medium, which was animation? I don't grasp it. Doesn't make any sense to me. That's where I'm at.
Okay. I see your point. I see where you're coming from. I also want to state, if for everyone out there in the One Piece community, if you call me a hater and say I complain, all right, I'm not even a tenth of how bad I could be. As this man just expressed with One Piece live action, he said it with his heart. He was genuine, passionate, all of that. And I say, oh, this chapter was a 6 out of 10. This guy's always hating. He's always hating. Oh my God, I'm sick of him. The agenda. It's the agenda rotting his brain every time. So you know what, Saros? To you, the agenda is rotting your brain, man. That's why you don't like its agenda. That's
100%.
Like...
I'll give you that, because I've been thinking about Loki's size for a whole week at this point. How big is he? This Barbados slim ass dragon. I don't know how big this brother is. I keep thinking about it. It's the only thing on my mind right now. Is he island size? Did Shanks lie? Shanks just a lying rat.
Yeah, the scaling, I was so confused because I'm like, Luffy is on top of him, but he looks his normal size, and then there's the tiny squirrel. I was like, Jay, obviously, look at the giants that landed on his stomach, and I'm just like, yeah, okay, I see that, but then you mean to tell me Luffy's still giant, and then the squirrel is just now just as big as giant Luffy, or what? I don't know, man.
It's killing me. I feel as though, because I have my analytical brain, which observes things objectively. If you ever seen a video I've ever posted, you will say, wow, he's really spitting. He sounds as if he's automated. This is insane. And I'll get into these grandstanding rants. But then there's the for the lack of a better term, the black man Detroit brain that kicks in, where I say, man, this shit's stupid. Like, immediately I go into Ebonics. I drop the cadence of all things, and I go right back to my default setting of, man, this motherfucker, this stupid shit. It's just immediate. I can't.
So I have the same thing. Maybe I should call it my my ignorant Nigerian brain. Maybe you should start doing that. And then there's my well-mannered, I went to engineering school brain. Yeah, let's do that. Let's switch that up. So as I was talking to Saros before this went live, I realized that JD is the agenda persona, but then the glasses persona is DJ. There is DEEJ. So this guy is DJ from now on, right? I take this off. Now we're JD. So we're swipping. We're flopping. We're flip flopping. That's it. So I should make a channel and just call it DJ. That's not a bad idea.
That wouldn't be bad, because you would go sick in the commentary space. You would go sick in
Bro,
the commentary
I
space,
knew it.
man.
The only problem with that is the you gotta talk about drama and you gotta gossip, and my spirit won't let me do it
Well,
because
I
I
actually
just
I know a
know I'm
cheat
gonna get
code.
caught up in some
I know a cheat
nonsense.
code.
Okay, what's the cheat code? Give me the cheat
Okay,
code.
okay. So, and this goes hand in hand with. Have you ever heard of Tommy NFG?
No.
Okay, this man's a genius because he doesn't talk about drama, but he's averaging 700K views talking about what I
Mm,
would do in a horror movie. And he brings up the horror movies. It's the same way as a Degenerosity. You know Degenerosity?
no, never heard of him
Oh,
either.
you missing out. You see, you're tapped into the drama YouTube space, but you're not tapped into the let's rank alphabet letters. I think Z obviously is a top tier. You see, you're not tapped into there. You're not tapped.
That
See,
that
you're not hitting that angle. No one's doing that.
mm,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
C-
So then
Mhm.
send me your channel or something.
Oh,
Send me one
100%.
of those channels so I can see that sphere of things because I know I could do commentary. And if I really just did not care and I decided, my Christian morals, let's just throw them out the window and let's chase a bag, I would just throw myself into the commentary space because I know I could do it. And I'd get in fights with everybody on Twitter. People would hate me and then people would love me. I'd talk about Pokemon every 10 seconds. I get in a fight with Keemstar for whatever reason. For some reason, Hassan Abi shocking his dog would be something I would talk about as well. And
Yeah,
it's
see
like,
that
yes,
that
let me
would that would
see.
get you big, but that's not what you want. What you want, and this is
No.
really smart. What you wanted, because that's what I do. I talk about whatever pops up, but this is actually genius. See, this man Tommy NFG, this man said, "Who's the biggest hater in history?" This bro brought up Napoleon Bonaparte. I never know about Napoleon Bonaparte. He just talking history, and he did it in a black lens so I could understand. He said this man was
That's
so
funny.
he said he was
That's
so horny and depraved. He sent his sweat through an envelope and said, "Don't wash. You gonna smell like me." I'm like, what? And he did. That's an actual historical fact. I was like,
so it's so funny because I really can do something like that because I have one of my many Muslim friends. He's always talking about, Saladin, he washed you in the Crusades, Islam is the upgraded version. And then I watched the documentary, Seros, and it was on the Mongols. And once I saw what the Mongols did to Baghdad, I said, "Oh, so let's talk about these Mongols. Hold on. The Mongols killed all the Muslims to get the Christians alive. What was going on with that, buddy? Hey!" And he was like, "Don't you dare talk about Genghis Khan in my presence." I was like,
no, because
doing a video on that would be hilarious.
history is objectively funny because one of my favorite it's probably the best live stream I ever had like 700 people not talking about drama. I was just talking about the A&W 1/3 pounder burger for 1 hour.
Yes.
I was just talking about that. I said it was called "You Americans Are Worthlessly Stupid." That was the name of the stream, and everybody tapped in because they're like, "I'm American. How am I stupid?" And I just ranted about how disgusting and idiotic and milquetoast these brain dead, vitriolic, mongrel, rabbit, snow skipping little peons were for choosing the 1/4 pounder over the 1/3 pounder because 4 is bigger than 3. And I was so angry at this, and people were like, "This is a good rant. I agree with Saros. He's actually amazing." I was like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
uh,
I should test that. It'd be a test. Because at this point, I'm about to make 30 side channels and just start doing all kinds of stuff that I've always wanted to do. Because YouTube doesn't reward you if you talk about whatever you want, for the most part, unless you hit a hot topic and then you're like, boom, you got it. So as far as I'm concerned, that's been the state of my channel, where it's just like, because there's so many ideas I want to do. I'm like, one day it's memes. Next thing you know, it's a 2-hour Berserk video essay. Next thing you know, I'm ranting about morality in One Piece. Oh, chapter reaction, agenda. And then we just go all over the place, right?
yeah, you gotta moist criticalize your channel essentially.
Yes. And the thing is, I would not trade my community for anything. They are hilarious. They are funny. They are ratty. And all they do is troll me 24/7. If you think your community loves you, my community waits to make fun of me. They make a living out of it. Oh my God, it is everything to them. They make mangas about me delaying my streams. They make mangas about me having bodega. I'm not kidding, Saros. Actual mangas. We have talented artists that have made mangas of me delaying a stream.
I've read it. I've read the. It's in your little memes chat thing, and then after I read
Yes.
it, I saw it in your video for the agenda piece thing. I was like, oh, this is really well done. Like really well done. It was
The
crazy.
storyboarding. I said, this is brilliant storyboarding. I was like, yo.
You know, it's crazy.
But I was like, no.
I think O'Hara did like a Katakuri versus Doflamingo thing at one point, or Library of O'Hara on the Library of O'Hara webpage, and that wasn't even as good as what your chat had done with the meme stuff. I was like, this is crazy. This is insane.
Yeah, man. Nah, my chat is my community. I would argue top 3, one of the most creative communities in the anime space.
Oh.
I'm just saying it. I don't even know as many, but they are different.
No, I think top 1, because there are other communities, like Lobotomy Kaizen communities, that still aren't as integrated with you, because you're the pioneer. You're the Mount Rushmore #1 top 1. You're the Dragon Ball of Agenda Piece. That's what you are.
Exactly.
That's where you're
exactly.
at.
So funnily enough, when you said that, I have a video coming out
Mhm.
saying people don't know Agenda because a lot of people like to attribute it. And I was looking at it, I was like, there's all these people that are making videos about Agenda Piece. There's some guys that don't even mention me. I was like, how can you make this Agenda Piece video? You're getting 200K views. I'm the one who started people getting 100K views on Agenda Piece. So what are you doing? So then I made a video. And in that video, have you ever played Civ?
Civ? SYV?
Civilization, the game.
Oh,
like
sorry.
Civ,
I'm about to say the
Civ 6,
PS2
5.
game Civ. Yeah, I play Civilization. Yeah.
So you know how they have different eras, like the Atomic Era, Classic Era, right?
Mhm.
And I explained the One Piece community in eras for Civ. And during the Atomic Era is where everything exploded, the Agenda Piece was dubbed and all of that. And I realized I compared myself to 2 people. Oppenheimer for creating the bomb, right? There was bombs. There's always been bombs. But Agenda Piece, the word, was the hydrogen bomb. But then I told myself, I was like, wait a minute. The One Piece community created Agenda. We've always had it. But I was Truman, and I pressed the button. And then next thing you know.
See, y'all don't know. August 6th, 1945, J Rat legend. This absolute goober. He popped up and said, Einstein, stop. Like, huh? Oppenheimer, stop. I got this. And he pressed it. He dropped the little boy bomb. That I'm threatening to slander. He's responsible for Chernobyl. He's the one. You're not understanding.
Oh my goodness.
You don't understand. August 9th, 1945. That was JD. That was him.
Guys, that was not me. FBI, anybody there, all my Japanese fans, if there are any, please, it's not me. Don't blame me. I watched Grave of Fireflies. I still suffer. So please.
He made Grave of the Fireflies. He's lying. He was there when Hayao Miyazaki said, "Make this film, little boy. Like, make this film."
That film is so depressing. I was watching, like, yeah, I'm gonna be all right. At the end, I was like, I just want to jump off a bridge.
I watched that in sixth grade. I watched that in 6th grade. My history teacher was like, "We're gonna watch this really beautiful Studio Ghibli film." I was like, "It's gonna be great." Evil,
brother.
Pure evil.
It's just So, let's make another random shift since
Okay.
we're talking about the anime community.
Ready?
Let's talk about them.
Oh,
do it.
brother.
Let's
Oh,
do it.
brother.
Let's talk about
Chibi.
our good friend Well, God, not our good friend. Let's talk about our local Lolicon. I'm assuming racist.
Well, he's
Chibi-
he's
Chibi
racist
Reviews.
adjacent. I'd like to use his words against him. I'm racist adjacent, he said very famously, and I'm never gonna forget that. He said he's racist adjacent. Crazy. And I'd
How
like
does that,
to.
so what does that mean?
Well,
Let's unpack that.
I unpacked it because I said, huh, and he said, and I quote, figure it out. So I decided to figure it out. And this is what I've gathered from Chibi being racist adjacent. You know how you have one friend, maybe a family member who, is a little bit racist and you still keep them around because they're kind of funny? Well, that's his entire friend group. So that's what I've discovered about Chibi, is that his entire friend group is racist adjacent, but he himself, he just cares about censorship. That's all he cares about. But if you don't know about the Chibi situation, let me give you a summary. I want you to picture this. Imagine it's 2016 and you are 20 years old, right? And you're a twink, for lack of a better term. You are, and you're discussing anime, and you say, "Wow, I really need a waifu." But you're 20, and nobody's that big in the anime space yet, so you can get away with whatever you want to. You can still watch Futanari, you can still watch NT, you can watch whatever you want to, right? And you've been watching so much of it for so long that what is gooner to everyone else is your bottom baseline. So 2017 passes, 2018 passes, and you're getting more weight on you because you're not leaving the house. You're getting bigger. But you notice that people want to listen to you talk about grifting and the right. So 2020, you make a shift. You make your first grift video. You get 70,000 views. And you were getting 4,000 views on your anime review videos, but you get 70,000 views on this video. So you start just saying, okay, well, I like lollies. And then you get all the lolicons. 100,000 views on your next video. Well, now that's where I by the way, this is the actual statistics. I tracked this down. 2021, every video you post is getting at least 10,000. 2022, you're full send. You start talking to Nux Taku, Rev says Desu, bada bing, bada boom, and then 2 years pass. Actually, a year passes, and you find a fresh 16-year-old, and you start talking to her. You don't date her yet, but you start talking to her, and then. Sorry,
Okay.
no. And 2 years before that. And then she turns 18. She turns 18 in
okay.
2023. She turns 18 in 2023.
Okay.
And then you openly start dating her after talking to her beforehand. So that's your now fiance. That's Chibi Reviews. That's what he did. So 2 years.
There's no way. There's no.
Yeah, he was 28.
Really?
He was 28. And it was 28 talking to her. Bada bing, bada boom. That's the whole thing there. And then the age gap between these two people is insane. So she's 20 now. And she's been like basically living with you. You went through some trauma and tragedy, and you make this big post. She's hearing about it all the time, and she says she likes it because she says she's a goonette. And then she meets your best friend, who looks so much better than you. Is night and day. It's crazy. The man looks like an Adonis compared to this. If Chibi's a 4, this nigga's a 6. And if you're a 6 in an orgy, you dominate the 4s. So. And then you pop through and you start cracking. You just start bada bing, bada boom, NTR, but nobody knows. And you're at the hotel. You're sitting in the cuck chair, but you don't even know you're in a hotel. Best Western don't even know nothing. You're in worst Southern. It's bad. You don't know what's happening. And as you finally figure out that she's getting cracked by your best friend of 10 years who was there with you after you lost your brother. Horrifying moment. God rest his soul, by the way. After you lost your brother. You know what happened after that? His entire Discord, who he gained with, he came to them, heart in his hand, paper heart sleeve. They said, nah, you suck at Valorant. We want to hang out with him because you're insufferable. And he loses his whole friend group. Everybody. Fiance, not wife. Fiance cheated on him with the engagement ring on the hand. Made it feel better, she says. That's the thing she said. Then she dirty deleted it. Then, afterwards.
There's no way she said that.
Oh, yeah, it was a dirty delete. It was crazy. It was nuts. It was insane. It was insane. She did say that. It was nuts. After that whole debacle, whole crazy thing, he drives out. And Nicholas Light, of all people, does a wellness check. And Tectone calls you. And you say, I need a break. For one day, and then you make another video the next day. Shout out to Chibi Reviews, the greatest man of our generation. Ooh.
So, I need a minute. Because there's a lot that was said. I knew pieces, but I didn't know the genesis. The Exodus was a problem. Leviticus shook my spirit. And now we're at Deuteronomy, and I just don't know what to do with myself anymore. Right? Okay. So let's discuss the age gap thing. And thank you for that, because there are some people that really did not know what happened. So you gave them the most hilarious Dragon Ball Z-esque recap I've ever seen.
This time on Chibi Reviews.
So much so that Karen in my chat is like, as a PR manager, do I need to step in? But I was just like, just let him finish. Pause, so we can get through to that point. So, okay, the age gap thing.
Yeah.
Is that actually true, or was that yap?
No, I've been seeing these posts around that when Chibi, it was 30 and 18. Because Chibi was 30 and she was 18. And they started dating. Now, at first I was like, what's going on here? But it's like 20 different people said it over and over again. Over and over again. That Chibi Reviews and this girl, it was 20 and 18. Let me see. Oh, sorry, 30 and 18. It was 30 and 18. That's what I kept seeing. Wait a second, right? It's Chibi Reviews like 30 years old and wasn't their wife like 18 years old current like right now in the post where they propose is more than a year old. It's like a whole thing. Because we know for a fact that the age gap is more than 8 years. That is a confirmed
Okay,
fact. We can
that
confirm
is
that without a
confirmed.
fact.
Okay,
At least 8 year
okay.
difference. But Chibi Reviews doesn't care because you guessed it, it is legal. Right? If she's 18 and they're dating, he could be 35 and she's 18. That's legal.
Mm.
That's his logic. And I wanna read a post from Chibi if I could for the audience, if I will. If you don't know Chibi Reviews, I'm gonna give you a synopsis of what he said. This is exactly what he said. Been a while since I made a filter post. By the way, this was in October of last year. Been a while since I made a filter post to get people to block me, so let's see how many I lose today. Fictional incest is hot. Lollies are a body type. Drawings aren't real. If you think fiction is real, you're a schizo. You could say the R slur. I am an R slur. I have a speech impairment, which isn't a real word, by the way, it's impediment. Follow
Yes.
policing is R worded and just virtue signaling. Anime isn't inherently political. I love ice. You're not racist if you just like to talk about politics. Kiss Exis is great, but Akisora is just as good. Pantsuit shots used to be common. I like Shotokan MILF Dojins. I like Giantess Vor and other size content. You can disagree with someone and still be friends. Looking up the skirt of a new anime figure is mandator. I ship Denji X Machina. Met my fiance through dating apps and she's a goonette. She's a hardcore Fujoshi. By the way, I didn't know what that word meant. I had no idea what that meant.
Neither do I. Neither do
It's
I. I don't know if I want to know. I'm not gonna lie to
it's
you.
just you like yaoi, I guess. That's the entire basis of it. The rest of the stuff is kind of worthless. Like, this is the most important one. I have 2 terabytes of Skyrim mods, and most of them are NSFW. That is crazy. An insane bar to get off. And I have this screenshotted right on my computer in front of me.
And
And
I have read the post, and I can confirm that's exactly what he said. It's not a joke.
it's
I'm
insane.
not joking. I
It,
quote retweeted. I'm pretty sure I quote retweeted it. Actually, yeah. So we've got a confirmation. They were saying 10-year age gap, 28, 18 when they met. They're 20 and 30 now. That's what I've been seeing in the chat.
yeah.
So, and as you guys know, you can call the age gap weird. He didn't break any rules.
He technically didn't break any
That's really
rules.
at the court of law, right? He didn't break no rules.
But he
You wanna
did
call
groom
it
her.
weird?
I can
That is
confirm
your
he
fault.
definitely, if that's true, that he definitely did groom her. Because I've been following Chibi Reviews ever since I had beef about Toriko. I am so angry about this. It's so petty. I'm so angry about it. I'm so violently mad about this one word. It's pissed me off.
What is the word? What is the
There's
word
a
that
Whoop
represents
King
you?
in Toriko called Guinness.
Oh,
His
Guinness,
name
yeah, and he
is
was
Guinness. And he kept saying Genesis. And so I said, hey, I don't mean to sound like a Karen, but I think you're pronouncing the word wrong. And he said, no, I'm not. Yes, you are. It's spelled Guiness. It's Guinness, like the beer, like the Book of World Records. And he just kept saying Genesis. That's not correct. So angry. I'm
Oh,
so
brother.
angry.
Okay.
So angry.
So the reason we're talking about this, guys, because this was such a huge moment in the anime community. And for the most part, I avoid these type of topics. But as someone that has known of him for quite some time, he has been in the One Piece community. And every time I hear about this man, I don't hear anything good. And Sarah's, I'm the type of guy where I feel things on a human level. I cannot like you at all, but I will still realize this is another human being. So when I saw what happened to him, I was like, this is one of the worst things any man can go through, period. Point blank, one of the top 5 worst things any man would ever experience. I'd throw it in the top 3, maybe 2. One of the worst things you could ever experience. And then I think about the lollies, the hoodweeb gimmick, right? I scrolled his Twitter for 5 seconds. My body repulsed. I started sweating, was breaking into hives. My spirit was screaming, please, we gotta get out of here. Like, it was just too much for me. Like, it was genuinely too much. So for me, I was like, man, this is such an awful thing. But at the same time, the memes, because even then, when the Charlie Kirk thing happened, I was so frustrated because I listened to what he said and I was like, I hate this stuff, right? And there's a man that got shot on live television. It's awful. This is not something I'm ever going to celebrate. It's not something I'm ever going to laugh about. I really didn't laugh at it. I still don't like the memes today, and that's just at a basic human level, right?
Yeah.
That's it. But when I saw the Gotcha Kuta meme of Jabber laughing, and he said this happened the day before Valentine's Day, I broke. I couldn't take it because it's just the perfect clip to use. Because it's like you're slowly, and you just, and I'm just like, this is so. And then as I'm out here like, oh my God, let's do the good Christian thing. You know, we can't laugh when a man is down. It says it in the Bible. And then he makes the post. I still support ICE. I love lollies. You guys are losers. I love the R word. He might as well just said the N word right out there in the post. And I'm just like, oh my God. He's cooked. Just let him burn. Let him fry.
Oh.
I was just like, just let the guy fry. Because at this point, while the Bible says don't laugh while a man is down, it also says let fools burn. Fools are going to destroy themselves, so just watch it. Don't do nothing. So I'm out here watching. I'm just like, hey, man, what do you do?
There's a thing going on my Discord because I'm in the video, and I said, well, guys, he's somebody's son, and then someone said, if that's all Saros, the man who doesn't shut the fuck up, can say about you, you're cooked. I was like, oh, my bad. I don't know what else to say. I don't have any words, man.
No, you don't. And then I'm sitting there and I'm just like, man. I was like, there's one of the funniest things you've ever said. You said, talk to somebody. If you ever need to talk to someone, don't talk to me. I don't want to talk to you. Like, this is the most toxic but valid things I've ever heard in my life because it's the truth. I'm not the one to speak to. I don't want to speak to you, actually. I don't like you. I was like, come on, man.
No, because I just wasn't making clear. Because I've had it happen before where, oh my God, I made a video about a guy named Your Butt Tevin, and another content creator reached out to me who had like 100,000 subscribers and said, hey man, I started a video about your buddy. You seem like a chill guy. And he told me his entire life story in this big long paragraph. And I said, damn, cuz, I don't know what you want from me. I got bills to pay. And I didn't reply after that. Because I'm not that guy, bro. I'm not him. I'll make your situation worse. I don't know what to tell you. I only know Detroit logic. I said, have you considered selling copper? I don't know what to tell you, bro.
Selling copper is crazy.
What can I say? Because I'm not gonna say, hey man, on a human level, we can talk as humans. No, Genesis, I'm not gonna speak to you.
Right. So then let's talk about this then. Let's talk about the principle. When it comes to the principle of the matter, is this a case of something really horrible happening to a human being and it's not good for us to be laughing and mocking him so openly? Or is this a case of somebody that is reaping what they have sown? Because I think two things are true. I kind of sway back and forth because I think he's reaped what he sowed, but it's like you never like to see somebody suffer to that degree.
Well,
you know,
I don't know, because
some people do. Some people do.
When I first saw Boogie, and this was back when he was Francis, I didn't like any of those videos, and I know he was putting on a character. Right, when Boogie was putting on that character, I was like, this is obviously a character. He's come out, and he spoke very cordial when he was speaking in his real voice, and then he lost his wife. Now, I don't know online creators, and I can't possibly know the inner minutia of their lives, but I do know people on a base human level. And I was with Chibi on the cheating thing. I was like, you know what? It is messed up that his best friend of 10 years did that. But then I thought about something. I thought about my best friend. My best friend would never do that. And I mean my best friend. Like the one I've had since I was 10 years old, right? I've known this man for 20 years. He would never do it. He wouldn't even fathom it. As a matter of fact, I helped him find his wife as of today. And then I thought about my whole friend group. If my best friend cheated with my partner, would my whole friend group leave me? I would have to be the most insufferable person of all time. I would have to be bottom tier Akainu sitting at his desk trash. I would have to be Monkey
Yes.
D Dragon for my whole friend group to leave me. And then I really ruminated on this for a second before I made the video. And I discovered that Chibi must be work, because this is very important. It doesn't matter if you're pure good. Doesn't matter if you're pure evil. At least you stand for something if you're either or. But if you are a little bit annoying, you are the worst person on earth. Imagine if you have somebody that coughs with their mouth open and you're just like, I don't have a real reason to hate you, but I could punch you in the throat. That's Chibi. That is Chibi. I just like it's crazy because he's so insufferable in small ways. It's not even like he's not even wildly blatantly racist. He just is subtly racist. He's like a performative white Republican, which is crazy. I've never seen it. It's just because he gets money for it. That's it. I'm so baffled by how he must have been that kid. If he was in high school and all the black dudes were talking about Dragon Ball Z, he would come up and say, "You ever see Rosario plus Vampire?" And I would punch him in the stomach, I think.
What do you think?
I think he would say, "Have you seen Fairy Tale?" And I'd read it and I would say, "Hey, I think Lucy's a little bit revealing," and he'd say, "That's the best part," and I would have to hit him. Like, I think that's where I would be with Chibi, because that's who he is as a person. He's just a gooner in the most shameless way, and it's really bad. It's so bad. I hate it.
Yeah. So what is the? I mean, there's so many lessons to take from this.
Lesson is don't be a locale on the internet, fellas. If you're pissing people off and you're making people mad and you're doing all this vitriolic evil stuff, you're supporting ICE and just pissing people off just to get money, you're gonna realize that we're not gonna be as sympathetic when something finally bad happens to you. It's I don't know if you know about, and I'm gonna bring this up and people are probably gonna date me. Do you know about Alma Smego?
No, never
No,
heard of
no
that.
one look that up. I'm gonna describe it. Please don't look it up. Alma Smego was a person on Reddit who gave themselves a leg infection for sympathy. And then when they lost their legs, they got a GoFundMe for $2. And everyone laughed on Alma Smego. And then Alma Smego said, "Now you have all ruined my life." Alma Smego then proceeded to run a huge Reddit that was, and this is gonna be so nuts. It's such a deep internet lore. Ran the Reddit for Futalali and dug themselves into a deeper grave. And you may not know about this internet lore, and I'm happy you don't, but I've put it in your mind now. And it's the only reason I know what Futalali is, because I was learning about this while I was discovering about Mr. Hands from Claw, Washington. So that's the Boeing engineer. So that's the thing. She deserves near everything bad that happened to her. And that's how I feel about Chibi Reviews. That's where I'm at with him. He's Alma Smego. He's a locale. He's Boogie 2988. That's what he is. The lesson to learn is don't be a locale on the internet. It's nasty.
Wow.
Nasty
Wow.
people. Just nasty,
Okay.
disgusting people.
Yeah, these to me, these are the type of things that you just like, you just like, I can go my whole life without learning about it. That is definitely like right up there when it's like, hey, I just wish I never exposed myself.
I'm so
this knowledge,
sorry.
because now I know that it's happened, I'm just gonna be like, okay. So there's genuine, to me, it's like, all right, so my name for these people are creatures of the night. That's what I
Mothmans.
These are these are what we call creatures of the night, right? And for anyone that's coming here expecting we were going to talk about One Piece, it's called Beyond Legend for a reason, right? We're not just going to talk about One Piece, all right? It's just that I'm not going to lie to you, this is an actual podcast conversation. This is like the most podcast conversation we probably had, right? Because we're always going to talk about this. And like, brother, this is like, next time we talk about, So next time we go to be like mental. You did warn us. To be fair, I was gonna say
I
just mental
said
warning. You did. He
I
actually warned
tried
me.
my. I'm
He
so
warned me.
sorry. It's the scale of my life, and I'm gonna. And whenever I meet somebody, I always do like a scale, like a scaling up of my life to make sure things are baseline to understand where conversations may go. Because I'll tell people, I'll say, yeah, I've saw Outlaw Star and I was a Crip, and they'll be like, wait, hold on, let's lower back. Outlaw Star? I'm like, yeah, it's a great anime. It's
Anime. Yeah.
yeah, Outlaw
Crippy?
Star. Yeah.
No.
And
You know.
I'll have to do these divots where I'll say, yeah, I eat olives on my pizza, and sometimes I enjoy jalapeno, and I married a 90-year-old lady, and my brother high fived me too hard one time, and they'll be like, I think there's one thing that's not like the others. Yeah, his hands are hard, and they'll be like, nah, you gotta go back, because that's a lot.
You gotta slap. So I'm thinking at this point, the moral of so we don't feel bad about the anime community cooking chibi.
No,
Like where
no,
are you?
no.
You're on that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, it's just hard. You can't run the let's be better guys gimmick, even though I have to be better. This is why I never really made a joke.
Hear me
At the
out.
bare
You
minimum,
can
I'd
you
make a
can
joke,
be
but
you
it's
can
like,
be
yeah,
kind but not nice. Those are two different things. Because
true.
on a very human level, your kindness shows because you stated this is the worst thing. You said top two. I think losing your mom, dog, and your dad in a fire is pretty bad. But cheating on is pretty up there, I guess. But but you said top two, and that goes to show that cheating is such a wild thing. It's such a wild thing to happen to you, especially with somebody that close to you and losing your entire friend group. It is back to back mental
Yeah.
damage over and over again, and this is gonna obviously get him
Severe.
further into the grift. And you can be kind about the humanity of it all, but you can also acknowledge the context because my brother said it best. I wish I could talk to him right now because he's at work right now. He said it best. You, as a person, every action you do is without causation. You can do any action on earth. If you shoot a gun towards nothing, you don't hurt anybody. If you swing a sword, it doesn't do anything. It is only when you add context to those actions where anything is truly bad or good. Every action is neutral on earth. If a white guy yells the N-word in the middle of a void, nobody's around, he caused no harm. If he was in the middle of a Black Lives Matter rally, he's getting jumped. Like, it's just the context of the situation always matters. Every action is neutral. Chibi Reviews, your humanity for the actions is the neutral part. You're kind, neutrally. But when you add context, it's obviously he's the bad person. You have to add context. It's very important.
That's fair. No, that's completely fair. And I asked you this because I know your video stance on it. I know some other people that have talked about it. I know content creators that have been in streams with Chibi when he was part of the One Piece community as well, right? Because he was heavily part of the One Piece community.
King of Lightning.
In the early days.
King of Lightning.
King of Lightning, right? So part of me asks, like, what is King of Lightning thinking these days?
What
is going on?
What
in
is
his head?
Ja? Where is Ja?
Where is Ja Rule? What does Ja Rule have to say about this? That's basically King of Lightning is Ja Rule in this conversation. Let's get Ja Rule on the case. Let's see what Ja Rule has to say about this.
I just remember one time, it was the first donation I ever did to a streamer, and I gave King of Lightning $200 because I said thanks for the Toriko reviews. And then I don't know where it started. I have no clue. But he just stood up and said, Arabian Nights.
You don't know about Arabian Nights?
That's the gimmick. I love that so much. Because I came in new. I was new to this. He just started dancing for 10 minutes. And I was like, King of Lightning is... He's the GOAT. He's the GOAT of all time.
He is, to me, he is the progenitor of entertaining anime reactors. He is the number one. And people like throw Uzumaki Khan on there. We love Khan. He's a lovable lad. We love Recon. But nobody did it like Cole. Early Cole, Toriko, Bleach. Like, for me, during his whole Cake Island streams, because that was your first time experiencing Arabian Nights. Somebody would donate $100. In the video, you would just see Jafar pop up, and you'd hear the beginning of the Arabian Nights theme song. And I'm just like... Nah, man. To this day, to me, he's the GOAT. He's the Michael Jordan of anime reactions. That is my guy, man.
Who's the one guy? I think it's Anime Uproar who keeps scamming my brother about the clickbaity titles. My brother he doesn't watch the videos, but he looks at the thumbnails, and every time he's like, "Yo, Saitama just shook the universe." I'm like, "No, you're watching Anime Uproar again, aren't you?" He said, "Maybe." It reminds me of Double Four anime. I don't know if you remember.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Oh my god! In my script for my video, I called him the creature known as Double Four Anime. That was a time.
I don't know what happened to him, dude. What happened? He was the goat of clickbait. He would be making billions right now if he was still doing anime YouTube.
True, he would. He would. Yeah, he was just ahead of time. I mean, his fallout was crazy. He just kind of got in a fight with everybody. For Neverworld, King of Lightning. It was crazy.
I miss For Neverworld. I know For Neverworld's still doing content, but I miss For Neverworld because, and this is gonna sound, everybody's gonna hate me. This is gonna sound so messed up. For Neverworld is my favorite anime YouTuber of all time, right? And one time when I said in the video, I said, "You a funny looking dude, man, but I fuck with you," and he deleted my comment. And I think about that every day. I was like, "Oh,
that is crazy."
I'm sorry," because he was a funny looking dude. I was like, I like him because like he was the reason I started going to anime conventions, because I was like, oh, okay. Because when I see people like that, I would think they were annoying, but he was the first person that wasn't annoying, and that's crazy to me. He was the first one. I was like, he's actually really cool. I appreciate. He's like the most centered. I love him a lot. He's really cool, and he has a family. He's really cool. I think he's amazing. But I thought he was a funny looking dude. That's it. And he did not like that. He deleted it immediately. I was like, dang, my bad. That's fair. I mean,
yeah, there was no way he was gonna like that, man.
That's fair. That's fair. I'm like a child. I call it how I see it. I can't even lie. It's like
I know people like that.
You got a pinhead. I'm like, that's me.
That happens to me a lot, man. People just like, hey, man, your hairline's crooked. I was like, oh, thanks. I guess I was like, all right.
One kid looked at me. He said, "You look like a paintbrush." I'm like,
That's it. Like the YouTube comment section. This is a phenomenon. And obviously, you understand this. Sometimes when you see a YouTuber that responds or crashes out, we say this all the time. It's not the comment that made him crash out. It's that was the 800th comment that he finally had enough. That is exactly. If you ever see a YouTuber respond to you on Twitter with pure aggression, it's because you were just the limit breaker.
dude.
That was it. That's all that happened.
And it's always some guy saying, "Oh my God, you can just ignore it, bro. This is my life. Like, this is what I do for a living. I can't. I physically cannot ignore 347 comments saying, 'Are you circumcised?' I can't physically ignore it. I gotta answer. I can't.
Yeah, no, I get it. And so we're wrapping up the Chibi conversation there.
Yeah.
You're not into basketball, are you?
I'm adjacent towards basketball because Wemby's going crazy right now, and that is making my week right now. I love Wemby because Wemby is a freak of a nature, and my dad's doing parlays and losing money, and I love it. That's where I'm at with basketball.
That's where I'm. So, did you see the KD burner stuff?
No, what happened?
Oh my goodness!
I'm excited.
Wow, KD's burner they figured out KD's burner in his ad, and he's in this group chat. KD is a Twitter group chat rat. He actually is. And in that group chat, people screenshotted all the things, and this guy is slandering his entire Rockets teammates. This kid who's his idol, Jabari Smith Jr. This guy's is one of his idols. And he said, this kid is trash. He can't shoot. He can't guard. And he's retarded. He said it all. It's all there. It's all there. And everyone on NBA Twitter is memeing. Do you remember that clip of Buddy from The Incredibles where he's looking at Mr. Incredible
and he tears it down?
He said, this is Jabari Smith Jr. looking at his idol and then reading KD in his group chat. That's just one. Then he's talking about his time on the Warriors, saying Steve Kerr doesn't like dark skins. That's why Michael Jordan punched him in the face. He's saying things like, Steph Curry, if you don't do a screen for him, they're gonna wave you. I called out Steph Curry in the film, and everyone's looking at me crazy. He called Russell Westbrook a triple-double cocaine bear and said, yes, he said that. he said Kyrie Irving is always sucking up to the European white man, but treats his niggas like he owe him something. And I'm just like, okay, so this is crazy. The man said he misses James Harden for whatever reason. He said, man, I miss Ben Simmons. At least he passed me the ball. And I'm just like, this is the most shocking experience I've ever. Oh, you didn't even see the best part.
Oh, the best
There was another
part?
thing that came out. Michael Jordan. There's this video of
Oh,
Michael Jordan.
I seen that.
But
The kid?
Jesus, I could not believe my eyes. I said my chest is hurting.
So hear me out. Now, I'm never going to defend Jordan for this, but I have seen defenses that are out of this world. Oh my God. They're saying,
what's the defense?
well, he's actually really close to him. It's like Michael Jackson and Macaulay Culkin. It's actually like that because when you really think about it, she was wet from the thing and he was shaking the wetness out of him. He was grabbing his butt because he knew that his butt was wet and he must touch his butt all the time. You obviously don't have uncles. I'm like, all your uncles are predators.
You don't have.
All your uncles are predators. What do you mean?
I need a break. I actually need a break. You guys don't have uncles.
Is that
And
not
then
crazy?
to top it all off, you have a screenshot of LeBron saying, "Oh yeah, I want to visit Israel Day. I've only heard good things about Israel." And I'm just like, so now we've got Lay IDF, and I'm just like, oh my God. So we got Lay IDF.
To be fair,
Now, mind you,
go ahead.
no, so I know the nuance, right? Because
Yeah.
it doesn't mean he's actually supporting Israel.
Okay.
But you know we're on the internet and we're on NBA Twitter. That does not mean anything to these niggas. It means lay, because now it's lay IDF, lay Israel, lay Zionist, right? That's what it is. And then you have Michael Jeffrey for Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then you have Steph Curry, who's also, attached to the Zionism and all that. And then you get KD's burner. This was all yesterday. All of this happened yesterday.
What's crazy is that I only got the Michael Jordan bit. That's it.
Yeah.
But the Israel, okay, any celebrity I see support Israel, I'm not surprised because my brother's Arabic. I visited Saudi Arabia. I've been there. Like I've visited there. I visited Lebanon. I've been over there. I've seen Sharia law. I'm aware of what's happening there, right? If you are a man or rich, you are gonna love any Middle Eastern country because guess what? It is built for tourism and you can get all the women you want. Why would LeBron James, why would he not like that? What like you really thinking this man is morally correct because he's good at ball? You're a psychopath.
There's another part that I forgot to mention. To add on top of this, KD said, "What?" Someone in the chat, he said something about drones. That's one of the craziest things that I've ever seen about Gaza and drones. What was it? Somebody remind me what he said, please. Someone in the chat. They're gonna tell me because there's a delay. He said, "Oh my God," he said, "Do they need any more drones? I'll provide it," or something like that. He said something insane like that. So honestly, I'm not surprised. I think most of these NBA players, you think they're cool, but technically, when you meet them, they're probably the worst people you know, for the most part, because they live in a different reality.
No, it's like when people meet me and my brother CJ at once. Now, if you meet me alone, you might get a really good, regular, very progressive conversation. If CJ's around, I am a nigga. There is no anything else besides me being a black man that eats beef jerky and has a do-rag and plays NBA Street Volume 2. That is what I am as a person when my brother CJ is around. The code switch is crazy. There's nothing else. Because that's what it's like being an NBA star. Because you're like, oh, because these are 6'4", 6'8", tall black men that all they know is playing ball. You really think they care about the LGBTQ is crazy. You think for 1 second that a jock, 6'8" scholarship jock, cares about homosexual people? You're crazy. You're insane. You're a psychopath. Yeah. You're lucky Michael B. Jordan cares about it. He was one step away. You're on thin ice, mister. These are jocks. Yeah. What is
Unless
wrong
your name is
with
Kyrie
you?
Irving.
Yeah, Kyrie Irving's the GOAT. But I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying.
That's what he said. KD said, if they need drones, we got you. That's what he said.
They need drones, we got you. It's crazy. It's crazy. That I didn't know that was going on the NBA. I didn't know that was going on ball and gun Twitter. I didn't know that was
Yeah, man. It's
that's
yeah,
evil.
it's
The niggatry.
evil, but it's so KD. And it makes sense. They've been calling KD immature for years. And now it's just like, well, just I mean, you can't be surprised, but you can just laugh. Because this I could laugh at. Him getting caught for being a snake makes sense because Katie's always been a snake.
Mhm.
That's it. He's never been a good nigga. I don't know why everyone got tricked by mom, you the real MVP. Newsflash, most terrible niggas love their mom. That's really how it works. So it's wrong. So that doesn't mean anything. It just doesn't. It does not. And you're laughing because you know it's
I
true.
mean, you're not wrong. And on that
The
same point,
worst person you know loves
loves
their
their mom
mother.
because they want a woman that's exactly their mother. It's a whole thing. It's a thing. It's a whole thing. And to the specific comment that's saying the way you're stereotyping all athletes as ignorant jocks is crazy. It's like 80%. I'm gonna give you 80%. Actually, I'll do you one better. I'm gonna say 51%, just so I can claim majority of jocks. 51% are ignorant jocks, and everyone else is, I don't know. Well, because we birthed Michael Vick and OJ. You gotta really think about that, man. We birthed the Scooby Doo killer and If I Did It. We birthed two of them.
Now, Michael Vick did have a little turnaround. His redemption story is pretty solid.
Okay.
I appreciate. I don't know if you've seen Michael Vick lately, but he's turned it around pretty well.
I have not
At least
seen
the
Michael
PR
Vick.
side.
I have not seen Michael Vick lately. Last thing I heard
Yeah,
about
he's
Michael
turned
Vick
it
is that
around.
Scooby Doo hates him. That's where I'm at.
Well, so that I understand. He has turned it around to his credit. So I'll give him that. I give him that. But I mean, do you know about Karl Malone and him? You know about that?
Mm-mm. No.
What was it? Karl? I think he got a 14-year-old girl pregnant in Utah, then I think forced her to have an abortion or something like that, and didn't claim the baby or didn't pay. I think she had the baby but just refused to pay child support and like abandoned her or something like that. It's one of those. Either way, Karl Malone is not a good man at all. He's a terrible person.
Oh, this is Johnson and Johnson
Unanimously.
all over again. This is Johnson and Johnson
Yeah,
all over
yeah.
again. Because you know about Johnson and Johnson?
No, I don't know that.
If you
Well, the
had
baby oil thing?
the Frida baby products.
Ah, she was 13. Even worse. Never mind. All right. Anyway,
Oh,
go ahead.
ugh, disgusting. The Frida baby products. If you go to Frida baby products, there's an anal rectal thermometer for babies, right? And which is takes the temperature for the babies. And on the box it says the closest thing your man is gonna get to a threesome, and it's crazy. It's a real thing. It's an insane thing. It's a baby product, and it's Johnson and Johnson adjacent because Johnson and Johnson is a subsidiary of Frida Company, and it's killing me. This reminds me of the Johnson and Johnson thing all over again because it just reminds me of that. It's killing me. This is the same thing all over again. It's killing me. It's the same thing. It's
That we're learning. You're learning a lot of hidden things that you wish you didn't know, and now you're gonna know. So why we don't? So I'm assuming there is no Johnson and Johnson products in your house. I'm assuming
what
that's just completely.
dude, I don't have a child, bro. What would I need that for? I don't have baby
I
lotion. I
mean,
have
did he?
grown
Okay, I
lotion.
was.
This is the lotion
I
I
was like,
have.
hey, did he? But I was like, oh,
Here
I
you
was like,
go.
but there's also, yeah, hey man, yeah,
This is what
name
I got.
drops.
This exact lotion. This is what I use.
Sorico goat milk.
Yeah.
That is so fascinating. White and repair. What is what? Just kidding.
It's
I'm done.
Arabic Japanese.
Yo,
It's Arabic Japanese goat milk.
Arabic Japanese goat milk. That is the most unique and extra lotion I've ever seen in my life.
It's because I have okay, I want to point this out. I have when I was 20, I lived in Amish country
Mm.
and my feet would get calloused real bad. I had the entire bottom of my feet were calloused because I would never wear shoes in Amish country. So I had such horrible feet, and it would scale off the entire bottom of my feet. I have a deep callus on my toe, and the only way to get rid of it was this specific lotion, and that's it. It was so many layers of callus. It was really bad. It was
Respect.
horrible.
Okay, fair. That's a good backstory to that. I can respect that.
Yeah.
Okay, it's my turn to
Go.
give you a lore drop.
I'm
Ready?
excited.
All right. So this is the Karl Malone story,
Mhm.
right? This is it. Karl Malone fathered a child in 1983 with Gloria Bell when she was 13 years old and he was 20. A relationship that has been widely documented. Malone initially denied paternity and did not provide child support until a court-ordered settlement years later. The child Demetrius Bell later played in the NFL. Malone eventually acknowledged him as his son in adulthood. That is a short TDL. Oh, yeah, TDLR.
That is the
TLDR.
blackest name I've ever heard in my life.
Deme-
If you type
Demetrius Bell.
if you type that into Credit Karma, you would get killed on sight. Like that's crazy.
Demetrius. So I hope he spelled it Demetrius. I hope it's just Demetrius. And you know what? Let's just do a quick Google. It can't be Demetrius.
That's the
It
most
can't.
Detroit,
I
Michigan name I've ever
refuse.
heard in my life.
That's Demetrius. Hold on.
That's disgusting.
Oh my God, this is his actual name. He's got red highlights in his hair. Oh. Let me show you a picture of this guy, man. You gotta let's put this right. Is there a chat here? God, yes, there is. Fabulous. Here, look at this. Look at that. It's right in the chat. That right there.
He looks so aggressive. He looks so. He looks like if Craig Robinson and a pit bull were one person. This man looks. He looks like he didn't need to be conceived at the age it was. That's what he looks like. It's crazy. What are these red streaks?
Yeah.
What is that? Blood? What is this hair? This is horrible. This is the guy with crazy hair. That's a horrible style.
He played for the Eagles. Oh my God, he was in Philly.
He needs to fly out of that hairstyle. Is what he needs to do. That's crazy.
Yeah, I was in Philly for 3 years, man. That was I don't want to say the worst version of me was there, but you know, there was a version of me that needed to grow when that was there. So
That's
you know,
that's psychotic. That's got to be.
yeah.
It's got to be something. That's horrible. 13 did he get like time or anything?
No time.
Nothing.
No time.
Oh my, that's. You know what's crazy? And
Hall of Fame.
My wife was Hall of Famer is crazy.
Yep.
Hall of Fame.
He's in the Hall of Fame. Yeah, he's in the
I know,
NBA Hall of Fame.
It just reminds me of Chris Benoit. When you say Hall of Fame, Chris Benoit flashed in my skull. You know about Chris Benoit?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I know about Chris Benoit,
yeah.
man.
I just popped in my skull. It's just reminded me of my wife and me were talking about my mom and dad's age gap, and she was like, "Well, your dad groomed your mother," and I said, "Oh yeah, that did happen." Because it's like a 12-year age gap, and they met when she was 16, and he was like 28, and I was like, wow, that's crazy. And I was thinking about this in a real.
Wow.
We really think about it though, that's like so common. Like if you go back 50, 60 years, that's so common. That's like so normal. Like every comedian had like a 13-year-old they were talking to. It was crazy. It was crazy. If you ever seen the movie. Not the Warriors, the Wanderers. It happened in that movie.
I haven't seen that movie yet. No.
It happened in that movie. If you go watch any old movie, you'd see like a 14-year-old and then like this 20-year-old guy, and he'd be like, "When you get older, you know, we're gonna do stuff," and they're just like, "Oh, Bobby," it's like regular.
Oh, Bobby.
That's just what it was. So it's like the Honeymooners guy. It's like that guy. He was like, "I'm gonna punch her in the eye." That was his entire bit. He was like, "I'm gonna beat my wife," and everybody was like, "Oh, he's such a lovable. Oh, he hits women." It's like so regular. It's so regular, bro.
Oh my God, no, yeah, television back in the day was just so casual. Like back in those days, the 4chan days, they used to have memes laughing at men slapping women, right? The old black and white grayscale memes. Yes, so. Brother, it's.
I think we're hitting a pendulum swing back when you think about it. We're really hitting like a pendulum swing back. We
are. We're definitely swinging back to memes that should not be funny, but people find them absolutely hilarious because as long as it's at the expense of somebody else that we don't care about, we're okay.
Yeah, it was. Who was it? I was talking to somebody and I said, "Yeah, he's a little fat," and they got so pissed at me for using the word fat, and I said, "Oh, I didn't know that was. Is that a slur now?" I didn't know what happened. Yeah. And then it was like, "No, it's just insensitive to say the word fat." I said, "What do I say instead?" And they said thick. And I said, I'm not calling a nigga thick. That's crazy. Like, that's insane. I'm a bisexual nigga and I wouldn't call a nigga thick. That's how bad it is. I'm not saying that shit. That's crazy. What the hell do you mean?
That is crazy.
It's a devious bar.
This reminds me of, do you remember when Rihanna and Chris Brown had that incident? Do you remember the internet's reaction to that?
You said Chris Brown's
I
the
don't think
GOAT?
people remember.
You said Chris Brown's the GOAT?
It's not even as Chris Brown's the GOAT. People were memeing Rihanna's battered face all over the internet. It was spread everywhere. Sometimes I forget the childhood I had. Like literally, sometimes I'm just like, people were memeing it as a joke, saying, "Hey, don't act out of line. You're gonna end up like Rihanna." That was the joke.
Yeah. Well,
I was in 7th grade.
look no further than my favorite song of all time, Robin Thicke's "Blurred Lines." That is what I would consider. That is just assault as a song. That's crazy. Are you insane?
Yeah.
And they're just like,
You
Robin
good,
Thicke,
girl.
you know you want it. Hey, hey, hey. Like, are you listening to the lyrics? Are you listening with your ears
Brother.
closed, eyes wide shut?
I'll give you one better. One More Drink by Ludacris and T-Pain. I used to listen to that song religiously in middle school. If I just have one more drink, I'm gonna end up effing you instead of what you want to do, shorty. That is the hook.
And we were going crazy for it. We were
Were like, oh my
crazy.
god, this is my song.
I was in there. And you know what's crazy? You know what? This is gonna sound nuts. This is gonna sound really, really strange. The reason they hated Justin Bieber so much was because he was almost near adjacent to that. He was completely opposite.
Yeah.
He was opposite. He didn't even. He was like, no, I'm talking about like, my girl and how cute she is in One Direction and stuff. But niggas were talking about, if my girl in the club, I'ma beat her. That's a real song. I didn't even know that was a song. I was like, what? That's a crazy bar.
Yeah.
But
It was dark times, man.
But you got to look no further than George Bush with my favorite line from George Bush. George Bush has so many clippable lines. He's basically Donald Trump like 0.5. He said, my American people, we need to get Al Qaeda and stop the terrorist threat. So please join me together. Now watch this drive. And he just hits a golf ball. And I'm like, that's the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life.
There is no way.
Yeah.
There's no.
If you look up George Bush, now watch this drive. He's giving like a public service announcement to the American people, and he just says, now, to my American people, we have to stop the terrorist threat and all this stuff. And then he says, now watch this drive, and he clears it. It's a crazy good drive. His golf game is immaculate. It's really good.
Oh my god, I'm about to watch it.
Go ahead,
Hold
watch
on.
it. Go ahead.
They can hear it. Hold on. Yeah. I like the shirt. It's a great polo. Oh my god, this is so toxic. He hit the golf ball. I'm done. Yeah, I'm done. I'm not putting this on stream. This is
Just telling. I'm telling you.
this has been a history lesson on the internet at this point.
Well,
This is like an ancient history internet stream.
Well, it goes to a fact where probably my most controversial video I've ever made. It was Charlie Kirk is an American hero, and then Donald Trump is an American hero, which are objectively true statements that everyone hates to say. Because if you really take the idea of America, it's like if I was saying the Gorusei are heroes of the world government. 100% they are. You could
Yes, they are.
easily say that. And Donald Trump, to me, is an American hero because he represents what America is. He bullies people. He big brothers. He says whatever he wants to. He poops in front of everybody. He does whatever he feels like. He doesn't care. And that is so American to just not care about the advisory of the smartest people, because that's what we were founded on. Alexander Hamilton, George Washington, all these people, everybody just came and they said, you know what? I don't like these weird tooth motherfuckers. And they just destroyed the British. It was crazy. They were in such... I don't know if you were there. You probably weren't there. You probably didn't know about this because I love history. The propaganda they have for the British was so poetic. My favorite bar of all time, Aaron Burr. He said, to King George, you have as much brain as you have earwax. I would like you to take a mop and a dustpan and gather a little bit of dust in the pan. Get some tweezers and get the smallest piece of dirt. That is the value of opinion that I have for you in terms of counsel for the British Empire. I was like, God damn. They were just going crazy.
That is toxic.
I was like,
That is toxic.
damn. It was evil.
Yeah, that's toxic. Wow. That's crazy. Like, that's...
That's what we were built off
I'm
of.
thinking about the scale because it's like you can think about it, but this is someone talking to an actual monarch
King.
that he's still connected to because they haven't been in. Yeah,
That's like if
different.
that's like
Yeah.
if fucking, oh my god, what's his name? Green hair. I keep forgetting his name. One Piece. Green hair, big afro.
Zoro.
No.
Oh, Gaimon.
It's like if Gaimon wrote a letter to Emu and said, "Suck my nuts, nigga." Like that's the equivalent of what happened. That's like, huh?
That's just that's I can't even imagine having the gall to do that. But hey, man, like when you're running a revolution, that's it, man. That's the vibes.
It's a beautiful the internet we've concocted, and if you guys don't know, I'm pretty sure we have a lot of Dragon Ball fans adjacent here. Yes.
Yes, I'd assume so.
Okay. Can we talk about Totally Not Mark? Is he okay? Is he gonna be okay? I'm scared for him, man.
Yeah, you were telling me about that. Yeah, you were telling me. I'm not familiar with what's going on with Totally Not Mark.
Okay, so I'm gonna go to his YouTube because I need to check where he's at. So if you don't know, Totally Not Mark is a Dragon Ball Z YouTuber, right? And he only really pulls views when he's talking about a Dragon Ball. And he has been getting pretty good views about a lot of stuff, right? But he releases videos very sparingly. Right? Very, very sparingly. I think his biggest video right now was probably his Gravity Falls video, maybe. He's trying to branch out. So he's trying to branch out, do other stuff.
Right.
The issue here is that when you are... I'm pretty sure you may have encountered this when you're trying to grab clips. You may get copyright strikes.
Yes.
And he's been getting hit with... Let's phrase it like this. He has an entire production company of people, and he releases 20-minute long videos, and he does a lot of edits. And people aren't there for Totally Not Mark. They're there for the video edits and things of that variety. We talked about this earlier with Coming For Your Personality. The issue that I'm seeing...
1 second. Pause, because
Take your time.
I just got
Some
cooked.
lag?
I just got cooked by
Bodega?
No, that's the thing. Connect to your encoder. How do I do that?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Let me just end the stream.
Oh, yeah, we
Go
going.
live again. Yeah. We're gonna do this again as soon as possible. Because for whatever reason, we're gonna boot this up again.
They hate you.
We're gonna boot this up again. And they stopped. I knew it. This is
they hate you. See, this is what you get for using Streamlabs.
Bro.
This is your Streamlabs.
This is my fault. This is my fault. It's my fault for using Streamlabs, bro. This is so dumb. This is so dumb. Hold on.
Hopefully this will cause you to learn OBS.
No, I can. I just thought Streamlabs would be better, and I guess not. Like, I literally just guess not. This is so stupid. Okay. Open up. It says the stream's finished, but it's also not because we're here. Oh, Jesus. Anyway, yeah, go ahead. But you can start now.
It's just with Totally Not Mark. I'm scared for him because it's a thing I noticed with, which you probably don't know. You're about 7. He used to do anime drinking games. You may have seen this before, the anime drinking games, and he would do Boondock drinking games. He would drink whenever a character said a certain thing. It's gimmicking. The gimmicking is gonna ruin YouTube so bad. It's scary to me right now because I know this is some people's livelihoods, and I'm in like private discords of people, and they're just saying like, "Hey, I don't know if I can pay my editors and stuff," and it's scary. Like it's real scary right now because then there's some guys like, "I just made an AI video ASMR and I got $20,000 this month," and that's just scaring me, man. It's scaring me.
Yeah, and YouTube isn't really doing anything about filtering out the AI slop, and it's very disappointing.
Oh,
I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, if you know how bad it's gotten, right? So for me, people obviously know this. I'm a Christian, right? This is not
new news.
It's not a surprise. We don't hide that. Wow, Jay loves Jesus. Yeah, I do. Great. So there's a pastor that I love. His name is Miles Monroe. Big fan of him. There were and I'll try to watch as many sermons from him as possible. And I was watching a video of his. And at first, I'm like, oh, yeah, this is great. And then I was hearing things. I'm like, wait, hold on. I don't think he's ever said this before. I've listened to this man nonstop. Next thing you know, I'm listening to it. I'm like, oh, my God, this is an AI video using his voice exactly. And I only would have known if I've listened to his cadence and how he speaks and so many of his different messages. And I was like, oh, my God, this isn't him. Oh, my God, this is I was like, they're doing this in Christian spaces. This is malicious. This is different. This is bad. And I'm like, if they're doing it here, yeah, it's over.
It's true.
It's actually over.
It's so cooked right now, especially with the nonsense of the AI. There's so much. And what the issue that I have, right, is when I grandstand and I'm talking to no one, people say I sound like ChatGPT, which pisses me the hell off. It makes me
I'm sure that
because if I start grandstanding, I'm gonna use comparison words. I'm gonna speak. I'm gonna speak. And I've been doing this for a while. Go back to my NEMO videos. I speak the same way before ChatGPT, before all that. And people are saying I can tell this is AI generated because who speaks like this? I do. I'm grandstanding. You asshat. Flash hole news ass. I'm grandstanding. That's what's happening. I don't know.
But that doesn't make any sense. Well, and that's the thing. You just learn. Well, people will just make baseless accusations of you, whether you like it or not, man. And that's just it. It's just like I've convinced myself this guy's faking everything. He's a fraud. He doesn't know what he's talking about. I was like, oh, okay, you're right. You're right. And I hope you find peace in your lie. that's where I'm at, because clearly that's what you're looking for.
Yeah, have you ever searched your name on Reddit?
Jacko has. It's very fascinating, actually. I have a lot of people that love me, and there's a lot of people that hate me. It's really a nice, wholesome split. Very 50-50. And I'm just like, look at these guys really defending me. Wow, that guy really doesn't like me. I was like, have you seen it?
Yeah, I've seen yours. I've seen Grand Line Reviews. I've seen King of Lightnings. And this is the funniest shit ever. There's only one Piece YouTuber who has not a single bad thing said about them. And you know who it is.
Techie.
It's fucking Techie 101.
Yes, that's it. It's Techie.
Not one. Not a single bad thing. It's so
not a single,
great.
Nope. Because he's just a happy lad. That's it. You can't get mad. It's Recon and Teching. Those people are untouchable. If you got slander for those guys, you are a bad person. We could just say you're bad, right? That's really it. So I'm not surprised. I'm not.
It's baffling. It's wacky. Go ahead.
So apparently, Jacko's saying some of them don't like Tekken. You just haven't looked hard enough.
I haven't looked hard.
Well, it's Reddit.
What did Tekken do? He didn't do anything. He's just a nerd.
Maybe people don't like Barry. They don't like the brick. They don't like Barry. Maybe they don't like Barry. I don't know.
The GOAT? He's been around for years.
Barry's been around for eons. Barry's a good man. There's nothing. Barry slander is unnecessary.
And this is how. Oh, you're okay. You're like phasing into the ether. Oh, You're back. Oh, we're good. We're back.
You were lagging for me, so I don't know. I guess we just double lag.
Double lag. You hate to see it.
Yeah.
And this is what I discovered is I think at around 100K, that's when a divide happens, because you're no longer the comfortable underdog. You are now. Oh, it's Mr. Six Figures, and when you became Mr. Six Figures. That's when it got worse.
That's when it got bad. Once I got 100K and Agenda Piece started to get popular, I became the reason the community doesn't have brains anymore. That's what I get. It's your fault One Piece discourse has turned into this. I'm like, One Piece discourse has always been what it has been.
Yeah.
That is it. It has not changed. If anything, I would argue it's the people that take it too seriously that make it worse.
Well,
because then we're getting into go ahead. What were you saying?
It's exactly the issue I have when someone tells me, well, back in the day, we didn't have, and you could attribute any disease. It doesn't even matter what it is. You could say this about any situation. We didn't have autism back in the day. Well, we didn't have this many black people on TV back in the day. And the issue arises, and this is the biggest issue that always happens, is because we didn't have this wide connecting of a sphere of communication, and we just didn't have the numbers. That's it.
Yep.
That's the only two things we didn't have. You could say, well, when I was growing up, nobody had autism. We didn't have a word for it, dummy. Everybody was shell shocked from the war. You had PTSD. Well, you didn't have PTSD.
Yep.
You had shell shocked. That's what you had. Same
Yep.
thing.
Yep.
You see your granddad shaking every time fireworks go off, just like your dog. Guess what? Your granddad is traumatized. My granddad doesn't have trauma. Your granddad did have trauma, and he would never go back to war. Is what would happen. You're insane.
Yes.
It's,
Yep.
it's
Yep. So that's actually a great point. That's a great point. A lot of the things back in the day did not have a name, and now that we've given it a name, now you have something to identify it for. Because I'm pretty sure, like for example, ADHD, right? I have never got officially diagnosed, but by a lot of my mannerisms, a lot of my behavior, the fact that I do a lot of things off the cuff, very scripted, but the fact that I really struggle when someone says, "Hey, I need you to do this, 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 and this," and I'm just like, "Okay." 10 minutes later, it's gone. Like it's just completely gone because I found something I want to do. Right? It's what makes me a great streamer. What's make me a great yapper. But I had to come to the terms that I've always had ADHD. Now in Christian spaces, it's very shifty because a lot of people are like, oh, people get shifty about that stuff, right? So
anything
it's
mental health,
weird.
obviously. Anything.
Yeah, they get shifty. So for me, I struggle with that. I deal with that between me and God, but it's like, fine. Even if I had it, I believe my brain was made this way for a very specific reason, specific purpose. Look where I'm at, right? That's how I see
Yeah,
it.
it's to push agenda. God put you on this
However,
earth to push agenda.
but back in the day, you was an unruly child, and you just got beat every day. That's why you're teaching. That's it. It's the truth. That's it. If you're an African kid, you got beat. You got beat until you're 12, and then for some reason you just started behaving. I was like, oh, well, maybe it was the beatings. Maybe I just figured out how to control my brain. I don't know what it is, but we figured it out, right? Because they were just an unruly child. No, he had ADHD. He's very hyperactive. He just gotta let him. He just
that
gotta let it get it.
that reminds
Gotta
me,
let
and
it get out of
this
his
is a
system.
very traumatizing thing, but it reminds me of, I remember my dad took me to the casino when I was maybe like 13. And I want to point this out. I should have not have been allowed in there. My dad is a big spender, so they let me in there. And
Mm.
my dad said, "Should I hit on this card?" I didn't know how to play blackjack. I said, "I don't think you should hit, Dad, because hitting is bad." And he said, "Okay." Brother had like he had a 2 and a 7. Obviously, you hit on a 2 and a 7. Obviously. And brother, the next card was an ace. He hit me in the chest and gave me an asthma attack. And I was like, oh. I was like, oh. Hey, I was like, oh, Pops, why? And he said, stop playing around and get up. Boy, my bronchial tubes are inflated because you hit me with the force of Kratos. This shit hurts like crazy.
Exactly. You see what I'm saying? That's traumatizing story, but I understand because of the way you said it. But yes, like quite literally, and I even asked even on my job, right? Because my most people don't know this. I have a 9 to 5. I work. I do work. This doesn't pay for my living. I pay for my living with my job. So my job, it's a very organizational job. I'm not gonna say what it is, guys. Don't ask because trust me, you guys, I can't trust y'all with anything. But my job is a very organizational job. Arguably one of the worst things to give to somebody with my disposition, because for the most part, I'm very comfortable in chaos. You can ask Jacko, who's in my chat, and Karen, who helps me out a lot with organization. I have 8 ideas. I'll start 2 of them. I'll do them for about a couple of days, and then I have 12 other ideas that I'm about to start. And I rarely finish things. That's one of the biggest issues I've had. Hilariously enough, the one thing I've always been consistent of is when a One Piece chapter comes out, I turn my mic on and I start yelling. That's the one thing, and the gym. To be fair, I've been very consistent. My body's transformed. That's also that. So I can be consistent in some things, but I'm a spurts type of guy. I do things in spurts. So like, for example, you got a bunch of video essays in about 6 months. I've been stalling on this Gundam video for God knows how long. God, I want to talk about Char Aznable so
We
bad.
got to talk
I'm
about the
still
red
stalling on this
comet,
thing.
the goat.
I have to talk about the actual greatest villain of all time, before Dio, before Aizen, the grandpappy of villains, Char Aznable, the real villain. So, yes. So let me ask you this.
Hmm.
What are your thoughts on ADHD? Do you think it's better to someone to get medicated, or just learn your brain as much as you can and basically just game yourself? What are your thoughts on that?
I believe it depends on the extent at which the ADHD is causing a detriment to the betterment of your life. I have I have SAD. I have schizoaffective disorder. So I have bipolar mania, manic depression. That's where I'm at, and I see and hear things like it's horrible. I have night terrors every single night. I wake up in
Oh
convulsing
my God,
shit.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
it's evil. It's bad. I can't.
Yeah.
For the most part, I can't tell when I'm awake or asleep at all. Even now, I have no clue. I'm just kind of hoping that I'm awake right now. I have no clue. I can't tell anymore. It's
Mm,
that bad. But I
yeah.
am unmedicated, and I could get medication, but then you wouldn't get 2 videos every day. Because
It's fair.
this
Yeah.
schizoaffective has forced me to lock in on videos so hard. People say you're gonna get burnt out. Incorrect. I'm better than you. So this
Yes.
it's
My brain has allowed me to do this.
it's infinite because I don't script. I just find the topic, and whenever my brain's full, I upload. So with ADHD and when it comes to diagnosing, diagnosing could cause a lot of issues in life. By the way, that's why a lot of people who will just
Yes.
say they have autism, but then if they get the autism diagnosis, that may cause a detriment for their job, may make it harder for them to get a job. So that's also a stressor there. And then medication costs a lot, and you're actually changing your brain chemistry. Because as my wife has so accurately put it, when you take medication, it's preventative. It doesn't actually end the disease. It's just preventative measures to not
No,
go.
it doesn't end it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I'm a guy that's been in psychosis a few times. A few times. It's not fun. It's not a fun thing to be in. So I would say if it is actively causing a horrifying amount of issues, if you can't focus and the people around you are actually destroyed and affected by it, then by every stretch of the word, by the monkey D of the word, please go ahead and get medication. I beg of you. If you're better than everybody else and you can just raw dog it, if you're going balls to the wall, Ron Jeremy status, if you're going crazy Bonnie Blue, go crazy with it. Hey, who am I to say
Yes.
what's in your brain? Go nuts.
That's fair. So that's fair. And for me, it's not, I mean, look where I'm at now. So I've gotten up to this point, but then I keep asking myself, what would be the difference if I decided to take something that would allow me to actually focus for an extended period of time? What could I accomplish in that time? But then I also ask myself, would I still be the same streamer? Would I still be the same commentator? Would I still be the same random energy rambunctious? Would I still be that same person? And that's always the crossroads. I'm like, do I want to risk basically neutering myself for the sake of productivity or not? Right? Because I am your textbook visionary, creative, all these ideas, doesn't know which one to stick to, but at the same time is hyper motivated by any idea that comes to his mind. And it's like, as long as you just lock in, you're going to make it big. And I believe it. But then I ask myself, is this because I'm lazy or is this because of my brain? Which one is it? Because I get distracted easily.
What you have
And
to
that's a weird dichotomy you kind of got to deal with, you know?
you have to ask yourself this question. 2 questions actually. When did your hesitation become a full stop? That's the first question you got to ask yourself. And the second question you always got to ask yourself, especially when it comes to matters of mental illness, am I using my mental illness as a booster or a detractor? Am I letting the reason be the excuse? Because let's take, for example, my little brother. My little brother Atticus is 5'10", 13 years old. He can't speak. He is nonverbal, autistic. He cannot speak. I believe it's high needs. I believe high needs autism. Now, I could say he's not gonna make it far in life because he needs somebody to take care of him. Or I could say he's beaten me in Tekken 37 times in a row because I've never beaten his Kuma. And I was confused because he beat a true Tekken god. My little brother Atticus, 13 years old, with Kuma, beat a true Tekken god. Now, you could say, oh, well, that's his hyperfixation. He also speedran Minecraft. There's a lot of things this little nigga can do that I can't. And he is cracked at video games. And he's going to go really far because that's his thing.
Okay.
Is
he going to do... Yeah, go ahead.
You are blessed as an orator. It is insane how good you are at this gift of the gab. Vernacular is on 10. It's insane. You use this skill to cultivate a very ratty community that loves you. And you have done the thing that Donald Trump should have done. You have become a gift with your voice and not an anger with your voice. Because Donald Trump should have been a drag queen. He would have been great. He would have beat RuPaul. That's what it should. That's what he should have done. Could you imagine Donald Trump as a drag queen? It'd be impossible to stop.
He would be he turned into Big Mom. He'd be Big Mom.
He'd be Big Mom.
Actually,
The greatest hag on earth. It'd be over with. That's what it is. So I say go crazy. Go nuts. I say if you can, let your ADHD be the betterment for yourself. If it gets to a point where it's too distracting, you can't actually do a single task, by all means, you're gonna have to lock in and get some medication. But if you see it as good, I think you need, man. I think if you can somehow shift this to full time, it'd be a lot easier because you got a lot.
So
to
that's
balance.
the plan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's always been the goal, right? But we're in this position where it's like, if you're making enough to support your life as is, if I go full time, I want to be able to make enough with this to be able to support this life, and so I can drop that one. That's the plan. Or most people do the crazy thing. Hey, just take a risk. Just drop it all, right? And so there's also that route, and I've been thinking about it for a while. I'd have to move out of here. I ain't gonna lie. We'd have to go.
The downscale.
Yeah, we'd have to downscale immensely, right? But this is a two bedroom, 2-bath apartment in the DMV, right? So you're talking, yeah. So do you know what I'm saying?
Like
so
what, 2,000 in rent maybe? I'm not even sure.
I wish.
Oh.
I wish. So like, yeah, no. So it's like that. So I'm a bougie guy, right? That's how I've always been, right? I was born, my parents, God bless them, my dad, my mom, superheroes, right? Put us through school to be able to get to this point. So for me, I've accustomed myself to a certain type of life, and then I adjust to it. So for me, my whole life, and this is important, my whole life, I have done I'm Nigerian, we're gonna be an engineer. I did a computer engineering degree, I did all that stuff. I was decent at math, but I was one of those students where I'm like, oh, I got a B, I'm okay. I got a C, I'm okay. Right? It's one of them. And then I did I got a B, I got a C, I'm okay, all the way through college. During that entire time, I see people and I'm like, oh, this is great. I've made it. I'm working the corporate job at a big company. But the entire time I'm like, well, what am I good at? This is not what I want to do with my life. I know that's not what I want to do with my life. It wasn't until I turned on the camera and did YouTube when I realized, oh, I was born to do stuff. I was born to speak on things like that. I was just born to speak. That's the gift. Everyone has that unique gift, right? So when I hear that, and your words of affirmation mean a lot to me, so thank you. And in that moment, you're at that crossroads where it's like, are you going to keep running I'm going to sustain my life with the real job, but at the same time, I need to put, if I really want to grow in this career, if I want to satisfy the overlords, I got to put my full effort into this, but I can't not think about the thing that I've been meant to do. If I do this, I'll be miserable. But if I don't put my full effort into this, I'm just going to keep doing the slow roll. It's a weird mix. And it's always about, are we going to do this the smart way and the safe way? Or are we just going to fly in there? Are we just going to go off the deep end? That's kind of where we're at.
No, it gets real scary because for a while I was at Amazon doing this. I was doing both jobs full time. My wife was fully supporting me, and God, oh my God, God bless my wife. She put up with the worst. And imagine like working a full time Amazon job and then being in love with a creative. It's crazy. Thank God she is more successful than me when it comes to creativity and stuff because she's got a big TikTok and a big Instagram and she's pushing numbers like crazy. Because I don't think I could have possibly been with anyone better in my life than the girl I'm with right now. She is just flawless because she's the exact reason she centered me to make content. Because I've been doing this for a while. I had the highest before this channel was 100,000 subscribers on my One Piece channel. And then she said, we'll talk about your life. Because I had that, and this is my issue. I'm in Detroit, so everybody has the exact same life as I had. Oh yeah, I married an old lady. I was, you know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, last week a stripper bit my tip off. I was like, yeah, high five. We're just doing Detroit stuff. Regular Detroit. That's just Detroit. we're just Detroit. And I tell this to somebody outside of Detroit, and they're like, no, you are traumatized. You are a victim. I'm like, huh? You didn't get jumped by 3 Amish guys outside of an anime convention? No, none of us. That never happened. That's insane. What? Oh, my bad. I thought that was a regular Detroit experience.
Yeah.
So, and when that happened, when I stopped it, when I realized the one vital lesson of online content creation is you will spend your entire life trying to satisfy people who will never be entertained. That is the most pivotal thing you will ever learn with content creation. So you must satisfy yourself. And if you are satisfying yourself, then you have achieved perfect content creation. That's where you should be at.
I agree with that. I agree with that 100%. I agree with that. And it's so funny because there's someone in the chat saying, bro, this is literally my current situation. It's saying how you guys were talking about this when I had it in my mind racing all day. Hey, that's how life works, man. That's what this stuff is about. We're not just talking about Chibi being racist and a lolly and some random guy with no woman with no legs on Reddit, right? We bring some real stuff here too.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. And listen, the stories look. All right, let's not go there. But there's for a man that was raised in a 2-parent household, beautiful Christian parents, all that. We had our issues like every family does, but for the most part, I'm very lucky. I'm very blessed. Very, very blessed. Even with that, some of the stories I have, if I spoke about them, my perception would be different. Now, mind you, the perception would be the same, but it would be amplified by 10,000. Because there's just some things that people say, and I was like, oh, if they knew, there's that. Now, there's people that do know that, like Karen and Jacko.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they're smart enough not to say anything, but they say that. Now, Karen actually has a great question. She wanted to know what kind of content does your wife make, because she's a very sweet girl. So
my mistress, my lover, my anodyne, my Aphrodite, she is she is a phenomenal dancer. She is insanely funny. It's insane. She talks about, I'll explain what happened. So my wife has this deep love of Hotep culture. Now, let me explain why this and it's gonna sound a little crazy. Let me just get this out the way.
I love this.
So she is a woman of Caucasus descent. Her family is from the Czech Republic. They came over through ships. And this is so fun because she just was curious about Hotep culture. So she asked them very regular questions. I don't know if you know what a Hotep is, Hebrew Israelite. But we encountered.
I know what a Hotep is.
Good. Yep. Then you know a few of their insane beliefs. Now imagine a Hotep to the power of a Hotep. That's what we have in Detroit. Because this man that she was talking to said, "Oh, I don't use lotion because black skin doesn't need it." First thing, caught me off guard. Secondly, he said, "Oh, white people do not have and this is very important, a pineal gland." Now, if you don't know what a pineal gland is, it means it's the gland that produces melatonin. Now, he said white people don't have a pineal gland because they have no melatonin. Now, if you don't know what melatonin is, it is the chemical produced to help you go to sleep. It's why your eyes get tired.
Yes.
He had directly stated that all white people have no pineal gland. All these motherfuckers are Blackbeard? That's crazy. You're saying they can't sleep?
Yes.
That's
they can't sleep. No.
Insane. He meant to say melanin, but he didn't correct himself and proceeded to continue the double down, much like the KFC sandwich. That's what he did.
Yes.
That's what he did.
Yes.
Oh my God. And she was talking. She loves talking to him because they always say something crazy. Because they'll say something that makes sense, like, don't eat pork because pork is bad for you. Scum of the earth. Fair. That's good. I'll give you that. And don't eat shrimp because shrimp is the insects of the ocean. And then they'll say gay people are evil and they don't deserve to exist on the earth. Okay. And the earth is flat. We live in the firmament. Okay. Cool. Ice wall. You know we exist in a nutsack, my brother? Okay, let's roll back. What does that mean? I don't know if you know about the nutsack theory from Hoteps, but it's pretty cool.
Okay.
Let me describe this. So you know how the earth is a sphere?
Yeah.
You know how our sperm is a sphere?
Yeah, okay.
There goes the end of that logic. And my brother, and I ask you, and I can call you my brother, right, my niggas? Actually, my twin. Let me explain something to you right quick. You notice how you're wearing pants right now. It must be dark inside of your ball sack. Notice how it's dark in the universe at night. See, we exist in the nutsack of a man. Okay, that's pretty homosexually charged. I'll give you that. Let's I guess dive into it. I guess.
Let's dive.
I guess.
Let's not dive into it, please.
We have
So-
hoteps on hoteps here, man.
So then, how does this correlate? So is it your wife just talks about
Yeah,
this on TikTok and
she
Instagram?
explains it. She just explains the story. One time, and she's talked about the story. One time, she met this really beautiful man. It was she was talking to somebody because back in that it was her hot girl summer, and she was racking her body count. And I was like, thank goodness, because I had my hot boy summer. And so she was racking her body count, and one guy, and I remember this so deeply. His pecker was. You ever see a micro penis?
Oh, no, well,
Actually, I'll
unfortunately,
do
I
you
have,
one. I'll
but I
do you
don't
one.
wanna- yeah,
I'll do
no.
you one better. Let me phrase this better. If you go on YouTube right now and go on the Howard Stern show and type on micro penis, that's how small they are. It's still up and it's fully monetized. That's how small this man's Johnson was. And he was a jock, like a full. They could have had lesbian sex, is how it was described to me.
Oh my god.
They could have been. That's what it was. And she described that. And she'll talk about stuff like that. She talked about how she was stuck in LA or she was stuck in California, and she met who's that baby? Who? Young Gotti. Young Gotti's dad. Now this is important. Young Gotti's dad is dead. Yo Gotti's dad is dead.
Yo Gotti. I was about to say, yeah, Yo Gotti. Okay.
Yo Gotti's dad is dead. She met a man claiming to be Yo Gotti's dad that was allergic to white cheese, began to choke in the middle of the place, and then caused a fracas and took feet pics of her and her sister. It's like that's her TikTok. She explains these stories.
Okay, but it was real.
It was real. It was real. It was real.
And we met Young Pug's producer. It was
You two really are perfect for each other. That's
Yes.
crazy.
Yeah, we are perfect for
Wow.
each other. And you wouldn't know this
Wow.
if
Talk
you
about
see
soulmates.
No, if you see my wife, people look at her and they're just like, she looks like a regular white girl. No, she's off her gourd. Babe, could you come here for one moment and show your face for a second? Yeah, picture this for a moment, right? Kneel down if you could. This is what she looks. She looks like regular Disney Channel. You would see her on Disney Channel. Nick at Night. Dan Schneider would go sick for her. Like she's like Sam Puckett adjacent. Right? Like Miranda Cosgrove, like you would see her on a guest episode of Big Time Rush, but she's like basically
I can see that,
schizophrenic.
yeah.
So that's where it's at. It's good.
I
Thanks,
love
baby.
it. Hi, by the way. Nice to meet you.
You said hi, baby. She waves.
Yeah. Oh my god. That is the most hilarious love story I think I've ever heard in my life, and it just makes so much sense. Especially the hotep. I'm just so fascinated. So when I joined and that surfer sound, that is a guy cosplaying as a hotep in a fighting game. That's what that is.
I gotta see it. You gotta send me that, man. That sounds.
We
so
gotta.
funny.
I have to send it to him, Jacko. I don't know if we have the clip on hand. I've got to send you the clip. Your love for white women and poorly seasoned fried chicken is making you weak. And then he said, "Go get some Kangen water." Right? I'm sure I don't know if you've heard of Kangen water. Another one is he says broccoli is man-made. Corn is making you infertile. These are all things he says after winning a fight with the continued screen rolling. This guy is special.
That's so funny, but it's so raw. It's so raw.
Yes.
It's so Dr. Umar. Oh my god.
It is. It is. So for me, when I heard him say your love for white women and poorly seasoned fried chicken is making you weak, I was like, oh, this is different. This is different. I've never heard this before.
What I love the most is, and this is just back on the hoteps, it's because the greatest thing ever was said to me by a hotep. Two things. First thing, because he saw me dating a white woman, he said, "Well, you may be black, but you got the heart of a regular person." I said, "That's the funniest shit I ever heard in my fucking life." What does that mean? What? That's crazy. And then he said, "You know, it's fitting for a black man to be with a white woman." I said, "Oh, why is that?" He said, "Because you're both one step away from being a white man." And I said, "Huh?" He said, if you were white, you'd be a white man. If she was a man, she'd be a white man. I said, "Okay, I guess, bro."
Yeah, that's insanity. That's insanity, man.
Yes.
Let me see. Let me see if I can. Let me. I'm trying to find this. There it is. Mike O. Can I
Mike O.
find? If I can find this video, you have to see this before we leave.
I'm so
I
excited.
need you to see it.
I'm excited.
And you just. It is my. It's every time I go back to it, and I'm like, this is literally everything that my humor has been built for. Okay, hold on. No. I know where to find it. We're gonna have to go to TikTok. The
Oh, the
dreaded
TikTok.
TikTok.
We're
I
going
stay away from
deep.
TikTok. I can't. Yeah, I can't.
No, that's
I gotta
fine.
stay away from TikTok.
The
man.
only reason I went to TikTok recently was to find a Dax meme because people are clowning on Dax by linking him with Five Nights at Freddy's raps, and it's really funny. That's pretty much all I got on TikTok right now.
Five Nights of Freddy raps. Okay, hold
It's
on.
so
So I
stupid.
found the guy.
Oh, I'm excited.
His name is. This is Mike Leo. Now, if I can just find. This is Mike Leo Hotep. Yes. Oh, fabulous. That's the poetry slam, though. Okay, let me just show you this one. Okay.
Okay,
All right. So
I'm
I
excited.
am going to put it in the chat here.
All right.
Oh, you know what? Let's do something even better.
Oh.
Let's stream it.
Oh, let's get it.
Let's put it out there. Yes. Okay. So I am going to find a way to make it make. Okay. Let's. Because this is so bodega.
You lost
This
to
is
a
what we
hotel.
are. This is what we. I've lost this. Where is it? Where's there it is. Is this it? Yes. Fabulous. Okay. So we can see the stream. This is it. Ready?
I'm ready.
Yep. No. Where's the sound?
There's
There it
no
is. Okay,
Slam.
there we go.
Maybe next time you'll pander more to black
Yeah.
women and make
Just let it go again.
unnecessary references about Egypt. Broccoli's man-made.
Right. So then it's gonna go back in.
Rising. Too bad you lost the poetry slam. Maybe next time you'll pander more to black women and make unnecessary references about Egypt. Broccoli's man-made.
Yes.
The broccoli's man.
That is him. Broccoli is man-made. Okay. This isn't the one? Is Jacko, is this the same one that I just showed? Hold on, let me see.
What's crazy is that he's not wrong.
Wait,
Broccoli
wait.
is man-made. He's not incorrect, I guess.
It is.
He's not
Yes.
wrong. It's very factual statements. Grand
No,
Rising.
that's the same
killed
one. Okay,
me.
the Grand Rising, but that's not the funniest one. The funniest one is it this one? Please. Oh my god. If I
Man,
could
they're
just
not
find
gonna let you find anything, bro. They're not letting you do a thing.
No, they're not. They're not gonna let it but I can guarantee that if I have him here, let's just go down the rabbit hole, shall we? Let's do that. Because I can't log in. Maybe I can actually log into my TikTok. Let's do that.
I
Let's
enjoy
make the
rabbit hole.
mistake. Let's make a mistake.
That's actually
let's
true.
make a
Yeah,
mistake.
it's actually true. Yeah, broccoli is man-made. As a matter of fact, most fruits.
Broccoli is genuinely man-made. I agree.
Yeah, most fruits are genetically altered to be more tasty because they were not as tasty and naturally occurring in nature. You think watermelon tastes that good regularly? You're a psychopath. That's years of genetic modification, brother.
So I don't like watermelon. Now
you're a disgrace to your ancestors. No,
I may-
can you imagine?
I was about to say that might make me just unblack, but at the same time, right? I am not I'm not a watermelon guy. Now, mind you, I just started eating strawberries, blackberries, and raspberries and blueberries because I was a child for the longest time and didn't like it, and now I'm like, I wonder if I should have watermelon. So tell me, what is the correct way to be black?
Okay.
Explain this to me.
Let me explain the correct way to be black. So there's being black and then there's being a nigga. So being black, it's pretty regular. You can be Tony Weaver Jr. you can be RDC. You can, like that. You can be regular black. Like you can be a Malcolm X or a Martin Luther King. You can be a Muhammad Ali. Being black is simply sharing a bond through trauma, and the instant you see another black person, you immediately have a sense of camaraderie. That is the collective black
Yes.
experience. It doesn't matter who it is. You will immediately have a shared sense of kinship no matter what happens. Now, being a nigga, that's you gotta watch BET and Zeus Network. You gotta know who Daystorm, King Buck, Nicki Minaj is by heart. Like I don't mean like you gotta know them. You gotta be outside of a group chat, and you have to You have to mentally abuse a white woman for reparations when you were 16 years old specifically, and then you have to grow out of it and then date a light-skinned woman and say, this is the highest I'll go on a black totem pole, but cheat on her with a black woman, and then wear a
Oh my
do-rag,
God.
and then have sweats, and then wear a wife beater. Not a white beater, a wife beater specifically. And then you have to date a white girl from Lululemon and then get her to say the N-word. That is the
Lemon.
correct
Oh
way.
my Jesus.
The correct way to be black. That is what you bought to do. It's the lore. And you have to toss out an N-word pass. Have that white friend come over, say it around other black people, and beat him up with socks, with soap in a sock, and then rob him. That is the only correct way to be a nigga. That's pretty much it.
Okay. So one, I'm gonna. Oh, Karen just DM'd it to me. God bless you, Karen. Wait, where did you send it?
Say Levy.
All right. So, all right, I'm gonna send you. Let me show you this one. Let's do this. All right, we're gonna do real janky stuff again, guys. So give me a second. All right.
Oh,
So
here we go.
this one. Wait, can I? Yes, I can. No. Hold on.
Watching Sailor Moon, you forgot how many.
There we go.
I
That's
like
good,
it
that's
already.
good. All right, here.
While you were watching Sailor Moon, you forgot how many moons ago they were sailing away with our bodies. Wake up, Kang. Stop eating corn.
So there's that one, and then there is by far my favorite one. This is the greatest one of all time. To me, Zeros, there is none that beats this clip, and you'll understand it. Yes, this is special.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
I'm
This is
ready.
my favorite one.
You just don't get it. Your love for white women and poorly seasoned fried chicken is making you weak. Go get some Kangen water. I promise. I might even break a sweat next time. Oh yeah. Corn is making you infertile. You just don't get it.
This guy, he made like 5 of these, and I'm like, this is the greatest content I've ever experienced in my life. From the idle animation of a classic Tekken game to the music, and then the Hotepisms. I'm like, this is unreal.
It's
This is a
perfect.
masterclass.
But here goes the beautiful thing about, and this is kind of crazy. Do you know where the corn is infertile thing is from?
Dr. Sebi? Is it him, or is it something else?
It's John Harvey Kellogg.
John Harvey Kellogg, the guy who made cornflakes?
Yeah, he made cornflakes so you wouldn't have sex.
Or really?
Yeah, he made cornflakes because he was like a super Christian or something. He's like a super Catholic or something. And he said, there's so many messed up people in the world, and I'm going to make a cereal so boring that it forces you to not think about sex. You can Google, it's a whole thing. His Puritanism was insane. It was insane. And that's where the corn makes you infertile thing come from, because it's derived from cornflakes. It's a whole thing. And I wish I was like joking. It's like you can look this. It's a real thing. It's like a real thing. The Puritanism of John Harvey Kellogg is a well documented thing.
Wow.
It's
Okay. Well, I didn't know that's where it came. Wow.
it's a big reason why. It's a big reason why they say breakfast is the most important meal of the day. That's pure propaganda. There is only one healthy breakfast food. Do you know what it is?
What?
Eggs. Everything else is wildly unhealthy for you. It ruins your body. It forces you to go into what we call the itis.
So you know what's so funny? Every time I go on a cut, my breakfast is always eggs and a yogurt with some almonds and maybe some protein coffee or something. That's it. I can't eat anything else but eggs when I'm cutting. That's it. I just can't. It's or fruit. That's it.
Yeah, but see, whenever I asked my friend this, you know what he said? He said, well, fruit is a healthy breakfast food. You can eat fruit any time of the day, nigga. I'm talking about pure breakfast food. Grits, oatmeal. I'm talking about like the bagels, man. That's like insane.
Yeah, bagels. And even it's so funny because I started eating bagels for the first time because I had them in my fridge. When I started looking at the calories, I'm like, oh my God, this one bagel. The level of carbs in this one bagel and the calories. It's like, why am I cutting if I'm going to eat this bagel? And it's a wheat bagel. It's not even a white bagel. I was just like, I can't eat bread.
I'm a human science major, right? I have a bachelor's degree in human sciences. So I had to teach I had to do a experiment where I had to teach somebody serving sizes, which is now this is so important because my subject was breakfast. It was my college thesis. It was my thesis paper for breakfast. I don't know if you know this. If you see the amount of serving size for a thing of cereal when you pour it, that's not accurate. Period. It's actually wholly inaccurate because it doesn't account for milk. Milk by itself, and you don't measure milk when you just pour until you feel good. You don't measure milk, obviously. That has so much sugar. So you have to add those two things. So the instant you wake up, if you eat Raisin Bran with 2% milk as soon as you wake up, and if you measure it out, you have eaten 50 grams of sugar. That is twice your daily intake of sugar as soon as you wake up. As soon as you wake up, dude. It's insane. It's bad.
So I'm this man, and I was put on this by my friend, a good friend of mine, and she told me about almond milk, and she told me the brand of almond milk to use. This brand of almond milk, 1 cup, 30 calories, and I was like, I will never. I stopped drinking milk a very long time ago. Me and milk, it's over.
Yeah.
I saw how milk was made with all the pus and the coloring, and I said, I'll never drink this nonsense again. It's never gonna happen. It won't. I never thought I'd be. Now, mind you, they haven't put me off chicken. No matter how horrible, no matter how terribly they treat those little chicks and those chickens, I'm gonna keep eating Tyson's chicken. It's gonna happen. It does not matter. I pray over my food. I'll live. So for me, it's just like little things like that. So, but for the most part, I'm an almond milk man. That's it, right? I drink almond milk. If I'm feeling frisky and I'm going to Starbucks, I say, give me some oat milk. Yes, I said Starbucks. Sorry, guys. I like matcha lattes. It is what it is. But
Zionist.
it's one of those things. There's that. But yes. So normally it's just pure almond milk for me here. So even then, I don't drink any. Said it again. I don't eat cereal, but what I do eat is I do eat granola with almond milk. I do that from time to time. And before I used to be willy-nilly because I'm the type of guy, I'm gonna eat some cereal and I'm gonna have 3 bowls of cereal. I'm gonna refill it, put more milk in it. That's how people eat cereal. So I did not realize the amount of calories I was just throwing into my body thinking, oh, I'm eating granola. I'm getting all this good fiber. I'm like, no, brother, you're just getting a ton of sugar and you're just putting a bunch of calories in your body. That's it. So, it's just,
it's so funny because have you ever looked at a cereal aisle ever? Have you ever just really like pinned it to the dish and just dissected it? You ever do that? Just looked at a cereal aisle? Because I have discovered the greatest cereal of all time. Frosted Flakes Strawberry Milkshake. Who the hell decided to make Frosted Flakes Strawberry Milkshake, but not to be outdone by Sour Patch Kids cereal? What is this? You wake up in the morning and you say, I'm going to have some Oreo O's. Are you a psychopath?
I'm just going to eat a bunch of sugar. That's it.
Insane. And
I'll tell you what.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Think about Pop-Tarts.
You were
I was going to say think about Pop-Tarts. That's about it, but go ahead.
Yeah, no, Pop-Tarts is just as bad, if not worse. One thing that serious true calorie counting taught me is that the dangers of eating food without knowing portion control, I did a cut. I dropped 20 pounds. Best shape of my life. I looked incredible. I was like, man, I'm getting all these looks. I look like Braun. I feel like Braun. This is fantastic. Now, not to be confused with lay IDF Braun, but this is pre-Braun before the Israel comment. But I was thinking that. And for me, I took a break. And I said, finally, I can just eat some pizza and be okay. Within 2 to 3 weeks, you will notice this demonic entity called water weight. And I did not understand water weight very well until you realize water weight comes from eating too much carbs, too much sugar, and a ton of sodium that you don't flush out of your body because you don't drink enough water. I'm telling you guys right now, if you ever want to lose weight, the best way, guaranteed way to do it is calorie counting and using not too much oil. Because you don't know how much calorie is in 1 teaspoon of oil. 120 calories immediately.
Oh, yeah.
And that's olive oil.
Yeah.
There's so many little things.
This I remember specifically. I was helping my friend was really big. I think he was like 250, 6'2". And I was telling him, I can help you lose this weight real easily. He said, how are you going to do that? And I told him, and this is something everybody in chat can do every day if you get 2 kettlebells. This is so important. If you do 75 kettlebell swings in 5 minutes, if you do 75 kettlebell swings in 5 minutes every day for 100 days, your whole body will thank you, because that will work everything you're not using, because nobody's working the kettlebell swings. And then if you do farmer's carries, you're not going to have those little baby arms.
The postures.
You're your pot.
Yep.
Tuck in your butt. My wife. I used to have lumbar lordosis. My wife fixed that shit immediately. She was like, "You got lumbar lordosis." I said, "Oh, motherfucker." She said, "I'll fix it for you." She fixed my posture, motherfucker. I'm 1 inch taller. That whole time I thought I was 5'5". I'm 5'6". I'm so happy. I was like, "Yay!"
How long did you do so farmer's walks is not something I hurt my knee for a while, so kettlebell swings were off limits. Kettlebell swings used to be my warm up for my cut. So now that my knee's recovering, I'll eventually get there. Farmer's walks.
Mhm.
How often? What was the thing? Because that's kind of what I need to work on next.
Okay. Hold them. Don't put them next to your legs. That's very important. Hold them and suspend them and don't let them swing at all. You have to walk, right? You have to walk at let's say like a lightly fast pace. Do these for 45 seconds. And if you do them incorrectly, your hands will callous. If you do them correctly, you'll have to use your fingertips or your whole grip. That is going to help you out tremendously. Now, on top of these two, there's one more thing you can do to get your weight down in strides. Now, take this from a guy. Oh, this is very important. I used to be 250 in the 6th grade. I was huge. I was enormous. I was really big. You need to do the step machine for 20 minutes.
Oh, the step machine.
You need to do that for 20. Yeah, you need 20 minutes nonstop. If you do all 3 of those, if you want abs, if you want that V, if you want to get your whole body, you're gonna hit everything, all that. And the only thing else I can recommend is probably the lower back, that thing where you dip down, that lower back thing. That's probably about it. That's all I got. That's pretty much will help you out overall.
It's so funny, right? Because I, before 25, I was 240 plus, and what changed everything was my friend said, you gotta do the Stairmaster fasted 30 to 45 minutes on level 6 and go up to 7 if you can. Did that for 2 months, dropped 40 pounds. 40. Like just boom. And then now mind you, a lot of that was obviously water weight because God knows I just wasn't exercising like that. So it just shredded. I was just like, wow. I didn't even know this was possible. I always recommend it to people. Fasted cardio, walking 10K steps. I promise you, that science is not a gimmick. It is an actual truth. If you do 10K steps a day or average 10K steps over the week for a month, there is no possible way you won't see progress. Now, that does not mean that you eat Chick-fil-A and McDonald's in conjunction with walking 10K steps, because then you're just storing fat. That's it. That's not doing nothing.
And also, this is so important. A lot of people have this very hyper fixation on the health aspect of everything with eating. I got to give up on my good foods. Now, this is so important. You can do both. If you still eat McDonald's, maybe a McChicken, and also still eat the blueberries and the yogurt, Greek yogurt, that works. That's still works. As long as you're getting the base nutrients of what you're eating, you're so fine. You're finer than Halle Berry. You fine, man. You good.
True. I proved it. And that's the calorie counting, because as long as you're in a deficit, no matter what you eat, you will lose weight.
Yeah.
That is just a universal law of weight loss. You can eat as long as you you got to get your macros.
Yeah, you get your macros in, obviously, yeah.
But you got to get the ideal. But for the most part, say, all right, my protein count is like 150 grams, right? Sounds like a lot. You do it. You take some protein shakes, whatever. You're at like what 120 grams of protein, and you got 800 calories left. You know what you can eat? You can eat a nice Chick-fil-A sandwich. That's about 20 grams of protein, 400 calories right then and there, and you still got 400 calories left over. You might get a medium fry. Guess what? You're still in your macros. You're still going to lose weight. It works that way. It does.
And it's also so important. This is also so important. I beg of you. A lot of people make this big mistake. Please drink. This is gonna sound crazy. Only water. Only water. Just only water. Nothing else. Do not drink the juice. Do not drink the soda. Just please drink only water if you possibly can.
It'll destroy you.
I beg of you, because I keep seeing
that was the big shift I made.
I keep seeing people with and it happens so often. They'll say, "Oh, well, you know, I got bad genetics and I didn't floss well." And no. I can see the calloused part of your tooth because I care about dental care so deeply. So I have really good teeth right now. It's so important because I had a hollowed out tooth in the back because I fucked up real bad. I had to crush it to get rid of it. I had to crush my tooth in the back.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I had to physically crush my tooth because the dentist said it was too impacted, so I had to physically crush it. You don't want that. Please floss and drink so much water. Please drink water.
64 ounces at the minimum. You can do it. Grab a big water ball. This is 32 ounces.
Fill that up twice. You're
moving.
You're
good. For me, I have to drink a gallon. It's annoying. It's the way my body is. It's really upsetting. I have to pee every 20 minutes. I just want to jump off a bridge sometimes. God, no, I'm lying. I don't. But for the most part, one thing that I learned, the reason why drinking water is so important. 1, 0 calories. You get the liquid. You quench your thirst. I also drink a lot of black coffee because there's barely any calories in it. So I'm normally good. One of the big reasons why you want to drink a lot of water is for a lot of the food. Sometimes you don't realize how much sodium is in the foods that you're eating. If you're wondering why you feel so bloated, it's because you have a ton of sodium and it's bloating your body. That's the water in your body. The carbs that are sticking to all the carbs that you eat attaches to the water and it bloats and the sodium keeps that there. What you want to do is when you're drinking a ton of water, the water floods out the sodium that helps you not feel bloated, which helps you lose weight, which helps you lose the water weight. So when you're looking on the scale and you look like you're a little bit bloated, it's because last night you probably had a bad diet. So now you got to flood the system. So that's why you got to drink water.
And also to anybody that ever says this to you, oh, orange juice is not healthy. I don't know.
It's not. I had to get rid of it. Orange juice.
I don't know who started this weird ass propaganda. But orange juice, apple juice, grape juice,
it's bad.
So unless you're going to Whole Foods and getting like pure juicer like kale, juice is horrible for you. Oh my God! First of all, I would consider it worse than soda for your teeth. I would consider it's so bad. It's so bad. We're talking about health and stuff now. It's killing me though. It's just because it's true though. It's so true. It's killing me. And I want the best for all of you, man. I really do.
and that's what got me out of it, man. That's it. So ever since then, so I'll have these spurts where I'm like, oh well, I'm just gonna start ordering pizza and Thai curry because I want to. But for the most part, if you want to stay in shape, and this for me right now, I'm back on a cut now. So obviously I was in LA and I just ate whatever I want for a week. But now that I'm back, I gotta get rid of all that water weight I just gained. So now I just gotta eat, like today, the diet I had bunch of blackberries, I had some rotisserie chicken, some brown rice that I cooked with garlic, I had a yogurt, 1 beef stick, and I had, what else did I have? I had a protein shake. Now I need to have another protein shake to hit the 200 calories, the 200 grams of protein, and then maybe I'll have a cheese stick, and that's it. And that's my day. That's it.
Here's the important thing too, right? A lot of bodybuilders I know will just do bodybuilding. And this is from a 7th place bodybuilder in Detroit, Michigan. The two things of cardio that matter the most outside of the Stairmaster, burpees and rucking. Burpees, rucking. If you don't know what rucking is, when you walk around with a backpack on your back and walk at a very high pace, rucking and burpees save your soul. Save your soul. You will do so much better if you do those two things. Burpees are hell, though. Really? Yeah, burpees are hell, but they work. Yeah, but they're the best cardio. No. They're the best cardio, period. They're the best cardio. There's no better cardio than burpees. That's it. It's top tier.
Oh,
It sucks, don't
Yeah,
it,
so
too?
no, I just it's terrible. The only reason I don't use the Stairmaster right now is because I'm just focusing on my step count. Stairmaster, it's less step count, but more work, more cardio work that gets the job done. And it works out your legs very well. Oh my God, the Stairmaster is a leg workout plus cardio. Like you can't lose on the Stairmaster. You
can't.
don't lose.
You can't lose. You can't lose.
You can literally feel your body thinning as you get on the Stairmaster. It's one of the weirdest effects I've ever felt. You feel leaner the moment you step on it.
You're like, damn, am I? No, this is the journey of 1,000 steps. Those monks were right.
Yes, that's it. And now you realize why those monks were always in shape and just surviving off, 3 grains of rice and vibes. So
Speaking of
yes.
monks, I have to state this. I'm in Detroit, right? So a lot of people don't know this. iShowSpeed's dad lives here, and like
Oh my God.
everybody kind of knows this guy, Mr. Watkins. It's so funny because I'll just see him randomly, and he's such a funny dude. He's always like, "You want to get that hair done one day?" And I said, "I'd rather do drugs." I just keep pushing.
It's so random, but I can see that.
He's a fun guy. If you're black, I recommend moving to Detroit. That's also a very good piece of advice. So if you're black and don't see a lot of black people and need to be around like true black spaces and want like black alt people and everything, Detroit is your go-to city. I stay in a 4-bedroom house, 2 bathrooms. It's like $1,800 a month, dude. That's right. That's right. Cheap, I tell you. Cheap.
Very cheap. 4-bedroom, 1,800. Honestly, I wish.
Yeah, you're paying $16,000.
Unreal. And guess what? Okay, yeah, this is so dumb.
What's
It happened again. It happened again. We got kicked off.
Yeah, kicked off is crazy. They hate
Yeah,
you.
man. Like I just don't get it. I really wish I understood. It's even ended the stream, God.
It
Like, what
ended the
is happening
stream. I'm
here?
telling you, Streamlabs. I promise you. Actually, what's your bit rate set at?
The bit rates. It's kind of automatic, actually. Yeah, look, it's ended
Automatic?
already. Jesus.
OBS, you
Yeah.
can set it. See, this is the beauty of OBS. I've had 0 drop frames.
Well, no, I'm pretty sure I said it. I'm debating whether I should even go live again. All right, let's just
That's
do
fair.
this because I was actually gonna wrap up on this note anyway. But I'm like, oh, we're just gonna end the stream for you. I was like, hey.
I mean,
thanks.
if you want to wrap up, you're more than welcome to wrap up. I mean, you have the recording. I guess you can post this as its own separate thing later as well.
Well, I've had to stop the recording like 6 times. So at this point, this stream is just nonsense. So this will be the last time I use Streamlabs. for
I'm
certain.
so weak.
Like,
Would you like my recording? Because I've been
Like,
live the whole
it's-
time.
Yeah, your recording would actually probably save me, to be fair. The fact that you've actually had the consistent stream with my voice the entire time it's humor. Because your chat is like, oh yeah, no, Jay's right here. And it was like, oh my God, bodega. And I'm like, yeah, look, just yeah, that would be ideal. And then I'd be able to re-upload the stream, right? So
Tell you what, here's what we'll do.
I don't-
I'm gonna usually I put my streams on a separate thing, but I'm gonna keep this stream up, and I'm gonna give you the link to download it, and I think that should work. Because if I don't know a
No,
file
no.
sharing website where I could send it as big enough file for the whole 2 hours and 52-minute stream.
You could do a Google Drive. Do you use Google Drive?
I
'Cause
do
that
use
works.
Google
That's how I
Drive.
use it.
I do Google Drive.
Yeah,
I
you can
got
just send me the
15.
Google Drive link.
Oh, okay, I got 15 gigabytes. I guess I could work with that.
Yeah, your boy got 20. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, my
So-
bad, Mr. Big Bucks. I apologize.
Mr. You know what I'm saying? No, I lied. 200 actually. It's even worse. I'm a
200 is
billionaire.
crazy.
Yes, I'm a 1%er of gigabytes. Wow, that sounds terrible. All right, we need to stop. For the 24 people that have shown up to, I would say the 4th stream that's happened on YouTube, we figured out the issue. This is Streamlabs. I think we are going to be done with Streamlabs.
Solid.
So, yeah, this has been great. Saros is just, I'm gonna delete all of this and I'm gonna upload this because Saros and his genius has done the stream on his own, so I can just take it from there. And yeah, we'll just do that. We'll just do that. So
Works for me.
Saros, thank you. This has been the most Saros core stream of we talked about racism. We
Chibi,
talked about watermelon. We talked about 4chan. We talked
Hoteps.
about totally not Mark, Hoteps, and then we talked about health and fitness. We talked about ADHD, right? We talked about everything, right? I think we've covered every single human base outside of maybe the Epstein files, and I'm sure we've even made a joke about it once or twice.
Yeah.
So at this point, and we even talked about basketball and Kevin Durant, right? So it's been great. We've covered every ideal black topic outside of hip hop. So yeah, this is well, no, that's not true because we talked about one more drink. No, we did talk about that, and
Yeah.
I've been thinking blurred lines.
We did.
Wow,
We went through everything.
every
We even
base. We even
talked. We even
about
talked about One Piece somehow. That's crazy.
we talked about yeah. We started off with One Piece. We talked about religion. I was like, wait, what did we miss? I don't think we missed anything.
Not a single miss. My goat never missed.
We never missed. We never missed. Shout out to Sarah's TV. Obviously, if you don't know, subscribe to his channel. One of the most hilarious people I've ever met. Great commentator. Great content. I was speaking like Trump there. Great commentator. Great. Love his hair.
He's the mainest.
Fabulous young black
Best
man.
black I've ever
He's
met.
the greatest. Best black man I've ever met. Look at his afro. Love it. I wish I had an afro just like that, honestly, which I might say the sunglasses. Nice touch. Thank you very much. Sarah's Television. Great channel. Ladies and gentlemen. Sarah, do you have anything to plug before we go?
Not much. I would just say, get out of your circles of certain content creators and please try to find more things that at least not particularly that challenge you, particularly that just aren't your comfort zone. I would say would be more so a thing because I'm not telling you to go listen to a right winger if you're a right winger, or if you're a right winger you want to listen to a left winger, you gotta do that. I'm telling you to maybe listen to something you would never listen to. Perhaps maybe learn how to get your forearm strength up, or maybe your wrist strength up, or maybe watch a cooking stream and learn how to cook. I'd say the cultivation of human life is a correlation of figuring out how many skills you can gather each day and focus on that. And that's all I got to plug.
Amen. 100% agree. Ladies and gentlemen, with that, Beyond Legend episode, the wildest, most checkered episode of all time, but still one of the best. We're signing off. I'll catch you guys later.